Hello, everybody. I'm sorry. I had my OBS not working. There's our scuff for today. Ah, god damn it. Alright, there we go. Fixed everything. I'm here. I'm alive. Why? So, hello, everybody. I am the Cosmic GM Sophonomicon. Welcome back to our weekly Shadowrun 5e game here on Table of Horrors Run the Flood. I am joined by my wonderful and beautiful friends who always join me no matter how scuffed I am. We got Mojave, played by Daybreakathon. Morningstar, played by Virus Rave. Cloudburst, played by Lord Rodan. Anxiety, played by Slippery Nosferatu. And Jason, played by Noskavian. So, when our intrepid team last left off, the city of Vegas was in absolute chaos. They managed to survive a very high speed crash. And then, once righting everything and heading back out, and a few horrifying situations later, they found themselves blocked by not just one of the large red walls that have begun to block off sections, but also three uncomfortably grotesque monsters. They succeeded in fighting these beings on all fronts. The wall begins to fully disintegrate after one of the beings' juices acidifies it. You all find yourself outside the Amphibious, recovering from the events. Everyone's a little disoriented. You can still hear the chaos out in the city. But now that this fight is over and everything quiets, your brain is able to hear. You notice that it's not as loud anymore. There's not as many screams. There's not as many roars. The gunfire has ended. It does seem to occur every now and again, but it is way less. And there's this very gentle, very far off. Sounds like someone is speaking through a megaphone or speaker system off in the distance. Definitely off towards, I'd say, kind of away from the biodome. Somewhere off in the city beyond your sight. You're all here.
Hey guys,
What would you like to do?
I don't hear much fighting anymore. Do you think it's almost over?
No,
I think
probably
I think
not.
most people might be dead by now.
Oh,
Um,
maybe it's one of those eye of the hurricane kind of things.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
uh, Morningstar is baffled by Jay's ability to continue to be so optimistic and cheerful. um, she is going to look across the matrix. What does she see?
The Matrix of Vegas at this point is still torn, but you see a lot of stability in places. It's like looking out over like a war zone where there's points where some hosts are clearly still standing. And there's hosts that you've never seen before. One that's very specific, that's very obvious, kind of close to you, is large, almost military, brutalist in its structure. It is not subtle with its branding, as a very massive symbol adorns it, like a beacon. In fact, it almost appears to be literally flashing like a beacon. It is not so much the symbol of Ares, it is the symbol of the knight errant. It appears to be a brand new host, some sort of isolated or contained area. You notice that this host has a large point that is the brutalist structure, but even you can see the tendrils that lead out, where it seems to be trying to reconstruct at least part of the matrix around itself. You can see other areas where this has occurred as well, including one that is also new, well off, a little more off into the distance, where the astral people would have definitely seen what appeared to be Papa Muse's location, his large hive-like structure. On the Matrix, you see what appears to be a wireframe appearance of an Aztec temple. Black and violet and blue lights and circuitry all over it. And up atop it, you can see what for a moment you think is just like a design of the host. And then it moves. And then you realize it's responding. It's activating. That is an icon. It is a massive icon. That is horrifying that someone's icon could be reaching out that far, that strong. The icon is slightly familiar to you. It appears as a feminine figure with basically Aztec theming, massive bat-like wings that seem to reach forward more, like creating a zone or a dome around an area. It seems to be a protective icon. And it only takes a few moments, though this is definitely more modified and bigger than you've ever seen her. That is 404's icon. And it's huge. Tendrils and her butterfly sprites are reaching out massively across the grid. There are a few other zones that are not new. You've seen these hosts before. The Vice Casino host is still up. The host for the Golden Wing is still up. Very far in the distance, there is a host you'd seen before, but definitely used to be just kind of blended in. You have a map in your mind. You pull up an image, think about what it is. It's a residential section with a lot of large mansions. Takes a few moments. You realize that's, though it's a little off-center and kind of bigger, that's where Evangeline lives. That's where Evangeline's mansion was.
Understood.
Any other location that appears are maybe a couple others seem to be standing, but they're definitely not as bright, not as strong, and you can almost visualize this grid falling, being eaten away and dragged.
Jesus.
And you're fairly certain only those strong ones are going to hold.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay. When I'm looking across the Matrix and I'm looking at some of these weaker ones, right? I've seen Oscar's wife. I've seen her icon before. Do any of them resemble her? Of the weaker ones?
No. They're the only icon that is visible from this distance that is very clear is 404's.
Got you.
But
Okay.
I will, if you will roll me computer.
Okay.
I'll let that be the perception, and we'll see if you can see her resonance, like leftover resonance.
Okay. Give me one moment.
Scarily enough, behind you there are ghost children giggling.
Yeah, well,
There are many ghosts in this city.
there are many ghosts in the city, and unfortunately, quite a few of them are children. Okay. Sorry, my things are delayed. Okay, computer is what you wanted me to roll, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Four.
It's actually got me.
Why is it? Oh, the screaming children.
I'm
so
sorry, no, that was just, I don't know why it got me. Hold on.
I'm so sorry.
Ian's laughing. Wait a minute.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, wasn't that funny? Oh my god. There's the real stars of this show. All right. With a 4.
Yes, the ghost children. The ghost children.
I
Stars of the
will
show.
stars the show. I will allow you that you can definitely see. Obviously, 404s. That resonance is everywhere.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see another strong presence, though you cannot identify where his icon is. You see his resonance signature everywhere. Is Boar's Head. He's very clearly here, and it's strong, so it's been recently elsewhere. Though
Yeah.
you're not super certain where he is. But you also know he's someone who might just be hiding where he is. He might even be on another grid at this point.
Okay.
You do catch the smallest leftover of Maya's resonance. It is around the Golden Wing Casino. And no, there's nothing else I can give you on that one. It's old. The stuff you can see, it's very clearly an old trace, and is very much like this far. Like we're talking tiny ass far from completely dissipating.
Okay. Morningstar will look to the others and say, the city is in shambles, not just physically, on the Matrix as well. I can see a few people doing well as far as the grid goes. 404 being the biggest. Where do you want to go? We need to patch up, is why I ask.
We need to what now?
We need to patch up. You are... Look at you, Cloudy.
Yeah, no. Cloudy is actively bleeding out of out of his eyes, bit of his nose. Yeah, no. That supernova definitely cost him.
Yes.
Mojave can fix it up on the road. We gotta get in. We gotta fix this where it started.
Okay. She looks to Mojave and is like, are you okay?
He nods and is clearly like going through the motions of beginning the whole first aid prep, making sure everybody is stable and okay. I have a job to do. I'm here to do that job. But it's also, he's breathing in that slow, kind of regular way that only ever happens on purpose. On the astral, for those who can see it, I'd say his aura, it's gone white and brittle. A thin film of ice just like floating an inch above his skin. His face, though outwardly calm, collected. He's as with it as he's ever been, but getting possessed like that in this last fight was not great. Being a prisoner in his own body, stuck watching himself pull a gun on a friend. My guy just lived through the same old recurring nightmare that drove him to try and exterminate all technomancers way back in the day. So, he's trying to get it together, but at the same time, he cannot hide the way his hands are shaking.
Yeah, I think that, as Morningstar sees his hands shaking, she does the only thing that she has ever done when he has had these the few moments in which she has had access to his true emotions. She grabs his hands and she holds them still, and she just says, I am here. We are here with you. You are real, and it is you. No one else. It is you.
Got a job to do.
She nods her head. She
Job
lets
that
go
you're
of his hands.
very good at, and please start.
She will help him, in any way. If it's just getting things out for him to do what he needs to do, she'll help in that way.
Yeah, the moments when he's fumbling to unscrew a cap because his fine motor control is a little bit off because hand shaking will do that. I think as he is beginning to do his job, his motions do get a little bit more sure again, because this, at least, doesn't require thinking in the same way. It is entirely separate from what just happened. And he goes and he's doing the first aid thing.
Mm-hmm.
There is the moment, just, I don't even think he turns to look, but addressed to Liam, just, sorry about that. Because it was Liam on whom he pulled the gun.
It's true. Did we lose him? He died. Liam
No!
died. He died.
You shot him anyway.
Oh
Damn
no.
you.
Oh no.
Slip, where are you?
I can't afford any more blood on my hands. I'm already drowning.
Texas.
Oh,
Oh, hey,
Hello.
he's here. Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hey there, bud.
Quick, call Dark West.
that's right. Yes,
It
hello,
goes to my
of
number
course.
though.
Yeah,
I've-
hi. Sorry. Very, very unfortunate moment where I had someone come to my door real quick. Hi.
Understandable.
Gotcha.
I will put down right now. Mojave, you do not actually need to roll anything because we rolled off screen.
Yes.
Everyone will notice that a lot of you are healed.
Yes.
But one way or the other, as the first aid is being done, again, the comment is addressed to Liam, just, sorry about that.
I mean, I'm sorry I pinched you. I mean, I guess I'm not really, but
No, you did right.
feeling all right.
I'll live.
Good. That's kind of the bare minimum at this point, so I feel like that's good.
Yeah.
Well, is Cloudy gonna be okay? Looks like your brains are leaking out of it.
Dabbing away the blood
my
with
my brain should be fine. The
a
blood
damp towel.
less so.
You and you and Scales, man. Your brains always coming out your eyes.
Did you see the goddamn sun? I literally produced out of nothing.
I did. I
Tell y'all I appreciate I couldn't stop myself.
yeah.
Very, very sneakily, she is like wiping at her face because she knows she's like, she looks not great right now. So she's just like,
It just I just have to wonder about self-care and preservation, and if I did something that made my brain come out partially, I get scolded.
Yep.
But that
Yep.
said, it was really fucking cool, like regardless, like I can't complain.
As he is wrapping up the last of the first, like the actual medical care on Cloudy, there is the moment where he goes and he takes a little patterned band-aid and just gently sticks it on Cloudy's forehead. Not because he needs it, but just for the principle of the thing.
I think Morningstar
You
smiles.
gonna give me a lollipop too?
Hey, if you want one.
Did you actually have one?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Absolutely.
weird shit in his bag.
I'm a doctor.
Lollipop. Lollipop. Oh.
You know what, Claudia will take the goddamn lollipop.
By the way,
Candy's
the,
being handed out to whoever wants it.
The patterned band-aid is bright blue, and all over it, it has pastel rainbow-colored little band-aids.
Mm-hmm. Because Mojave is a street doctor. He attends to people who can't get other medical care. Sometimes those people are kids, and gosh darn, they want their fun band-aids and lollipops.
Morningstar will look at Cloudy, glad that he's okay, that he's not falling to pieces. And then we'll say, "Is Finn okay?" Finn,
Look
is he
over at
okay?
Ben.
Yeah, I don't know because I think there was at one point where he had manifested, but she doesn't.
He is still manifested, and he was grabbed by the seamstress and dragged No damage occurred, but he was being pulled and ripped towards her and trying to fight. But Finn is the best way to put it. He is manifested, sat on his haunches, very almost frog-like legs in a little bit, and in his mouth, as he is gently chewing, is the very rubbery, one of the very rubbery tendrils from the seamstress. Just nomming on it as he's just chewing it.
She smiles and she's like, "Good boy." But with that, she is going to sort of raise herself up to go through the hatch, and because Midori was sort of locked himself in place on top of the amphibious. She looks at him and she says, "You okay?"
I am fine, Mother.
I'm glad. I was a little nervous there. Would you like to come inside?
I would like to guard.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything. And she will give him like little forehead kiss, and then will disappear back through her hatch, through the hatch, and then she'll probably leave it open for now, just in case Midori, pokes his head in.
Hey,
I think.
Cloudy.
Oh, go ahead.
That thing which just happened just now. You know more than I do about these things. Anything we can do to stop it happening again? Because A, I ain't too keen on being drawn into the maw. B, if it had been anybody but me who'd got, we'd have been in so much more trouble.
I think we did most everything we could to kind of throw it off the first time, but the doing it so quick back to back, it definitely caught me off guard.
Yeah, we need to, well, that can't happen again. I don't know what we need to do, but that can't happen again.
Morningstar is listening to them talk.
The best thing I could suggest is to get a focus, but that's a long-term goal. I'm not sure we can't make one of those quick.
And especially like when Cloudy says that, right? That getting a focus, she realizes like she's not a mage. She can't use a focus. So she begins doing what you and I discussed. She begins preparing. So
You
Yes.
allow yourself to slip into, as everyone else is sort of preparing to go, you lean back, really think about everything, the situation. It weighs on you, and you begin working on your little project. And all you can think about is your friends.
yeah, I think as she's leaned back like that, she's staring at each of them and just like taking in their features, the way they hold themselves, the way that they talk to each other, how they take care of each other. Yeah. It's all incredibly important to her. So she begins to work.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do out here before, I assume, maybe getting back in the Amphibious and continuing to drive upon whatever destination you may choose?
Just generally, we'll continue being like, "Are you sure, Cloudy? Are you sure there's nothing else we can do? Throw up some extra walls between our brains and the universe." But it's more just a paranoid line of questioning, and that will be ongoing.
Rodan, you've muted yourself. So
That's what I get for trying not to make nasty food noises on mic. All right. No, anything else would go ahead and do would throw up as many barriers for us doing things outward as it would getting things in. And if we're going to be on the move, that double won't work.
Yeah,
Unless we want to go to Papa Musa and see whether he has something extra fancy for us to take, or trade something with Vice.
Voice is not an option.
yeah, nod, filing all this away. I am sorry, Nascavian, I cut you off.
Yes,
Oh,
Jason.
you are all good, my dude. So while this is all going on, the only thing Jay would really be doing, unless someone like talks to him directly, is Jay would be going over the amphibious and just checking out for damage, seeing if there's anything that got screwed up, messed up, and if so, if there's anything he can sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like not field dress, but like field repair.
Yeah,
Quick fix.
Yeah.
Can you do me a favor and roll perception?
Sure.
Liam is like, so Jay is like the fucking mechanical expert, and Liam's the guy that like kind of tunes his bike up sometimes. So he's right there with him, like pointing out shit to Jay that he's already noticed like 3 hours ago.
You may also roll
Like
perception.
he's being helpful, you know.
Yeah, and would my
At least trying to be.
Trying to be helpful.
Yeah, you're holding the flashlight. You may also roll perception
Yeah.
to assist.
and would my automotive mechanic help at all with that?
Not for this specifically.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
truly has no clue what he's doing.
I mean, I think my perception's better anyways, but still.
Ooh, that spooked me for a second. All right.
Well,
Got
So
some dust in your eye.
let me roll
I keep-
something.
I keep getting distracted by the visage of my mangled bike in the back. A tear runs down my cheek.
You know
Oh
what?
my
I
God.
am
No, it's just
actually
dust,
gonna.
man.
I'm gonna roll this in front of y'all.
Oh no.
I'm scared.
Don't worry, Liam. We'll get your bike right as right fixed up for sure.
There you go.
Oh, that's so many
One,
dice.
2, 3, 4, 5.
I, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 7.
Set. 1,
That's
2, 3.
I see numbers and my brain turns off.
5, 6. Never
Another
mind. I guess I missed the first two. All right.
If
yeah,
you want to
7.
fudge it and say that's only one success, we could do that.
I'll just take I'll take those ones and just start minusing off successes. Bounce it out.
yeah.
All right.
So many dice off you. What the fuck?
I'm
thing
very
is, I think-
sorry.
I think even if you did do that, we did not spot it.
Yeah,
There
I
is-
only have 2
Yeah,
perception.
far as you can tell, Jason, Amphibious is doing damn good. It's got a couple scratches, but baby's holding on perfect. And-
Oh no.
I do have a question for you, Softy.
Yes.
Because I'm locked into the amphibious system. So if there's anything wrong that I could detect, would I get a
It's-
ping?
Its internal sensors show nothing's wrong.
Damn, brother, y'all fucked up this car, and I cannot help you. I don't know how y'all
No,
did it,
far as anyone can tell, Amphibious is doing damn good.
Yeah, that smell of leaking gasoline, that's definitely just the bike.
Not gonna
that's
work now.
just that's
just a
just a
bike.
bike.
just
Yeah,
a
that's
bike. Yeah,
fine. Mhm.
Man, guys, that was an amazing landing. We tumbled and rolled, and the only damage is superficial. We got some scratches on the paint, but there's nothing wrong with the Amphibious.
That's
It
'cause
is
you're an
right as
ace.
rain.
Because
What?
you're an ace fucking pilot, boy.
I am. Yes, I am.
I'll just slap the mech on the butt.
That's crazy.
Try not to do it again,
A
though.
little bit of gas drips out of the tailpipe.
Ron, can you do me a favor? Does Finn have perception?
Mhm.
Can he please roll it for me? I find this comedic, and I want to see what he'd do.
Devin doesn't get,
You know-
get a 7. That's for damn sure.
What about Midori?
Midori also
You
has
know
perception,
what?
but you
You
can
know
roll
what?
for Midori.
I'll roll for Midori.
Yeah, because you know his.
You
stuff.
know what? And I'll give you guys a little bit of an insight to the upgraded Midori.
Yeah.
Got his sensors going.
My big boy.
Sensor plus.
Love
back
him.
plus. Yes.
Midori Prime.
Yeah. Hey, look at all them
2, 3,
dice.
4, 5, 6. He hit it. He met
That's
it.
my fucking boy. That's my boy.
Jesus Christ.
He met it.
He did say that he wanted to be on guard, so
And what?
Our
And
little
then apparently a
watermelon's growing
goddamn
up.
guard dog.
Let me get his sheet going. All right. So, as far as anyone is concerned, immediately, everyone. Van looks fine. Don't see anything. Don't feel anything. You see Finn for a moment. Like it's like he has a moment. Cloudy. I don't know. You like a dog moment where he stops, leans over, like sniffs at the van. Then just gets up. Like in his mind, it's whatevs. It's fine. And then all of a sudden, you hear,
Mother, get out of the van. Immediately.
I immediately grab Cloudy by his shirt and probably Mojave by his ear and just pull them out of the van. Just like because it's fully like if Midori is telling me to get out of the van, everybody needs to get the fuck out of the van. So I just like, and the other two are already outside, so I pull them out with the quickness.
So
Yeah, we're
what-
outside patting each other on the back, talking about how fucking cool the van is, and it's gonna be there forever, and we can always count on it.
Right, and so I'm dragging the other two, and I said, Midori said, "Get away from the van. Let's go."
So
I start
what you
moving away
witness
from the
after
van.
Midori makes out this alarm call, you watch him unhook from the top of the van, and he full spider drones, skitters down the front of the van, and up completely upside down mode underneath the van. And there is a couple beats, and then you hear the most ungodly scream. This whiny scream, and then this sudden and very loud explosive concussive noise as Midori, in a very close space underneath that van, fires his Thunderstruck. And then all of you hear this sizzling noise, and then
Swearing.
and you see underneath the van just this blood and gore just splatter underneath. And then Midori, you see arm, he crawls out. He is not green. He is red. It is all over him. He is a rusty red draw, and he crawls up on top, situates himself, and just calmly,
Threat destroyed.
Oh my god! I go, okay. Do we have any more wet naps? You know, this is what I can.
Wordlessly hands over.
And I'm like, wow, you guys didn't spot the thing underneath the car. That's really great for us. Thank goodness for Midori. Say thank you now. And I go and I start wiping him down.
I will
So what
allow.
was it?
Yeah, I'll just say it's not hard to find it. Anyone who would look under the van, which you witness, is what can only really be described as like the remnants of what was probably like a 5 or 6 foot leech earthworm type thing.
Ew! Oh my god, ew.
And you can see, and Jason, this kind of upsets you a little bit because, god damn it, the underside of the Amphibious actually has a coating to keep it, from rusting, keep it safe. Nice little underpaint job. You can see parts of the paint job where it's been seared, and you see it. It's the center axle, and the searing is in a corkscrew-like pattern. And you'll notice that as this creature is on the ground, the pieces you saw were almost an iron black color, and then as it lays there dead, it shifts back to a rusty red color. You realize whatever this thing was not only wrapped around the center axle very tightly, but it is able to change color. And it appears to have been attempting to hide under there and go wherever you go.
Disgusting.
And you will now see, though it is very light, because the road's a little bit moist, but in the road there is a trail leading from the seamstress to the underside of the van.
I didn't kill it.
The seamstress is dead. This appeared to be something inside of her.
She had the child. Gross. Disgusting. Parasite.
Disgusting.
At
Oh.
least we found it in the end.
Your son beat a person, yes?
Yeah. Which is fine.
All
Got
All
it,
things
that
right in
fan
the
leech.
world.
Hey,
You see-
all right.
You see, like, a little manipulator arm comes out of the top of Midori, flaps over, and it's a little windshield wiper, and it just wipes off his front visor.
I'm wiping off. I have wet naps. I'm wiping off his stuff so you're just getting that icky
And he
blood in.
just projects those little two, like the little up. Oh God, I always called them carrots. The upward carrots as just like the little happy eyes.
Yes, love him. Just wiping him down, telling him he did an amazing job. Thanks for kicking ass, little guy. You know.
All right, guys. Let's get in the van. I'm gonna play us some classical music known as jazz. I hear it goes really well with blood.
Oh hey.
You know,
You know, in
those
fact-
two things
in
fact, it
go
does.
together amazingly.
In fact, it does.
Nothing is quite like blood and jazz.
Just for the record, on the astral, having found one attempted parasite, Mojave is just going to take notes of the vibes so that astrally, if there is anything to detect later on, keeping an eye open for it.
Yeah.
I will actually say this right now, Mojave. You don't need an sensing to notice this. Cloudy can notice this too. This thing is somehow not on the astral at all. There's not even like like when something dies, it leaves a remnant of its aura, at least for a moment. But there's nothing. Whatever this was empty.
Was this thing a goddamn robot?
Okay, so this was made of meat, but does not vibe like meat do. So that is all the more reason for Mojave to like look around, intending to get the signature to look for later, and then pause, and then crouch down and scoop some of the residual slug goo into a little bottle for further analysis.
Goddamn meat robot.
Wait, but okay, if you say this out loud, right? Like if you let us know that it doesn't have any. Aura.
Those are things that he. Those words I just said were words that came out of his mouth. It's a goddamn
Okay.
meat robot.
Okay.
Yeah, Mojave says nothing,
so-
but he is scooping some of it into a little jar.
So Morningstar will say, what if it really was like a parasite? It takes on the aura of whatever it becomes its host.
It'll
Before
still leave a
it-
signature of what it was before.
There'd
Like-
still be a trace. This is nothing.
Can you roll me computer? Morningstar?
Yeah, sure. I can do that. It's a 5.
Perfect. It does not have a resonance score.
Mm.
What it does have is what can only be described as just a bunch of chaos. There's code to this. And it's in chaos, and it takes you a minute. You're like, what the fuck am I looking at? And then your brain clicks. Nanites. Whatever this thing was had some kind of core that Midori seemed to have destroyed, but it was a nanite body. Leaving, when its core is destroyed, the nanites have, whatever they are, they lost their programming. They don't know what to do. They're just inert, in pure chaos, going back in a cycle. So the thing that is in the jar that Mojave is holding is just a extremely large portion of a nanite cluster.
Yeah, she says that. She first says nanites, and then we'll proceed to explain it to you guys of what it is.
Wait, there are nanites in play?
Mm-hmm. Whatever Midori destroyed was the core of it. This is what gave it its programming, its commands. When he destroyed that, they don't have any directive, so they simply remain in a loop.
Oh God.
So what is in that bottle is nanites.
It's Chicago and Boston at the same fucking time.
I don't know exactly what that means yet, but all I know is bad, right? Like really not good. Okay, great.
Real bad.
Okay, cool. Wait a minute.
Like nuke the city instead of deal with it bad.
Above the table,
Yes.
DM. Where was T from?
T was from Seattle.
He was from Seattle.
Originally, yeah.
Okay. Did they have a similar? I mean, not where the city gets nuked, but like a similar.
Seattle. No, Seattle never had one of those scenarios. The only two
Okay.
grandest scenarios like that were Chicago with the insect spirits and
Okay.
Boston, which was a nanite virus, basically.
Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think she's probably looked up very quickly, like what those events were, and the nanite virus, that whole thing. She'll probably mention. So yeah, the thing that it was in evolved to its perfect form, and was carrying around a little nanite, parasite.
More I hear, the less I like it.
It's
So,
old. None of it is good.
So it turns out, little nanite thing, everybody turned into zombies. By the way, Yep.
Well, that does make sense with some of the stuff we saw back at the battle bots, remember?
Right, that is how they acted. So then that is what.
Man, people controlling nanites is scary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least that leech thing was pretty big. I'd hate to see those on a swarm of mosquitoes.
Well, what if that's the whole thing? Like they come out of the what were they called?
The bigger monster?
What was it called?
It's called a seamstress.
The seamstress, right? The seamstress. What if like that is incubation, and she gives birth to a bunch of these little bloodworms that eventually attach to people and cause zombie like behavior. But then zombie takes on the directive of whatever the nanites directive was. Everyone has
conjunction with the
gotten
same
really
planet.
silent in this city. I'm just gonna put it out there because if I don't say it out loud, it'll drive me crazy.
No, you're saying it. And if they're using nanites to take people over, and that thing on the astral's taking people over,
There's
the more I hear, the less I like it.
and the more we gotta get into that fucking dome.
Yeah.
That is the thing. When I mean, I imagine we are beginning to head that way, but when we get to the dome, we may be going against people who have been taken over by these things. So
I wish I could say it's the first time.
it's going to be really bad.
We
Mhm.
spare what
So-
lives we can as we can, but when push comes to shove, entire city, more than that could be at stake. Sometimes you gotta scramble some eggs.
Oh, guys, I think. Does this mean the zombie apocalypse is finally here?
A version of it.
Not if we can help it.
We gotta stop these nanite zombies.
Okay, we gotta stop a lot of things. It's on the list. Okay, we need to continue heading
the
towards
nanites, leech spirit, blood zombies. Yeah, that's a fucking mouthful.
Okay.
Come on, Snake, let's go.
All right. I make sure everything's like shut and all is well as far as that goes. And then we fucking head the fuck out.
There is one moment after it kind of comes out with the nanites. You watch Vittori crawls away from everybody, hunkers down for a moment, and you watch as a little electric field pops out from him, and you watch as a lot of the redness to him actually starts to straight up melt to the ground. He had performed a localized EMP to destroy the nanites that are now on his body.
Yeah, yeah,
This
yeah.
is something he is apparently able to do.
Yeah, which is delightful.
For the record, our little sample jar is being stuck inside another jar and stuck in a sealed bag and then wrapped even further.
I. Oh my
I
god.
never learned a fucking nanite spell, but I guess I need to learn a goddamn nanite spell.
Breathing slow, calm, controlled.
Yeah, we gotta get moving, so I think we just start heading. I know she's the biggest force right now on the Matrix. Has she tried reaching out or anything? 404?
At this point, not currently.
Okay.
But you're
that's okay.
you're not entirely sure when she just put that up.
Yeah,
Like
that's
she
fine.
may have been in the middle of doing this.
Yeah, that's fine. I look at Virgil.
My man's is shaking in the back of that car.
Yeah. I just kind of put a hand on his shoulder, like the very like it's gonna be okay, comforting touch. I think I don't reach out to her. I don't check on anyone right now because I am really scared that if I do, it will be followed. So, or, used to create more of an issue. So I almost, not literally, but kind of cut myself off from being communicated with for now. I don't know. The closer we get to the dome, the more walls Morningstar creates in her mind. The more her project like accelerates, everything becomes about like just protection as they get closer.
I think in the car too. There's a moment, Mojave. Once the sample for analysis later is put away safely, he takes out his gun and just starts cleaning it, making sure everything is in perfect working order. And just as we're getting closer, there is a moment of, "Hey, Scales.
Yes.
I hate to say it. I hate to give voice, but you'll stop me if I ever take it too far, yeah?"
I will do what needs to be done.
Because I'm getting angry. And I know I'm in the right, but I knew I was in the right last time too. So just, you stop me if I ever go too far.
Okay. Her face is very drawn. Because she knows that she probably wouldn't kill him. She didn't kill T when she should have.
Yeah, there's the moment, just the eye contact lingers probably a moment longer than it has to, and he kind of stops, hands off the gun parts, and just gives her the tap on the shoulder. He didn't want to say this. It's been in his mind for weeks, and he has not said it because he knows her well enough to know that it's, not something that's easy to ask. But some things here and now, some things just have to be said.
Yeah. She said that she would do what needed to be done when the time came. And she looks at him again and says, I promise. I will do what needs to be done.
Me too.
A look of gratitude crosses her face at him saying that. She just gives him kind of a little squeeze on the shoulder, and continues her sort of mental building as they continue forward. I think she's also watching. She's watching anxiety. She's watching Liam cry over his bike. I don't know if he's
Bro.
still crying over his bike, but she's just watching him.
Right now, he's definitely like, he got medically treated from literally eating shit off his bike earlier at high speed, but he still has like road rash and residual stiffness, so he's really just kind of like doing stretches and like working it out slowly. He doesn't want it to get stiff on him, so he's kind of just like in his own headspace. He's used to pretty much being solo for the most part. Like, he's usually up all night by himself, and like the sleep schedules don't sync up, so he's just kind of like in that mode right now, doing like not Pilates but like some gentle yoga of just like, I don't, my bones are fucking liquid, I'm just gonna really just do like a cat stretch.
Yeah, I
Liam
have
doing Liam
to.
things, tying himself in knots.
Yeah,
Yeah.
having to, because if he doesn't remain fluid, that could be life and death. So yeah, she's watching him. Just, you know. I'm glad he's not crying over the bike, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm glad that he's just stretching.
I mean, he's got pretty much the best mechanic he can think of who said, I'm going to fix your bike. He's like, you know what? I don't have to worry about this now. You know?
True. And it's free, hey.
The man built a mech. I think
Yep.
he can fix a fucking Mirage. you
Bike?
know?
Yeah.
Jay could make improvements to your bike.
Hey.
Brother,
We love to
fucking-
hear it.
Upgrades, people. Upgrades.
Hell,
They're
bro, do whatever
important.
you want with it. He won't know the difference of what you've done till it's done, you know? He can change the oil in the brake pads. It's about fucking it.
Let's
So
put
I
a rocket
wanna-
engine on it. It'll be like Batman's bike.
I just got the mental image of, you rev up, you're ready to go forward, and instead, no, you go straight up.
Woo! So I'm
Yeah.
gonna slide something in. Just a little slide in there. And I'm gonna say, Jay, this isn't just morning, so your sensors pick this up. You can see Matrix. Your sensors can see it. Your sensors alert you to something. Morningstar, you
Ooh.
see it very vividly. Takes you a minute, but you realize it's like that tingle on the back of your neck. Like you're like, I'm being watched. Both of you. It's only for maybe a moment. But you will look up, Matrix-wise, up to a top of a building, basically. Where the grid's pretty stable here. It still flows over the buildings like it normally would. And up atop that, Morningstar, you have seen this woman before. Very, very early on, like one of the first nights you came to Vegas, you saw this woman. She's young, maybe only looks, God, can't be, almost, like you might be almost remiss to think she was under 18. And she's just standing there, very pale hair flowing away from her. And when you saw her before, the best way to put it is she almost was very dreamlike, very melty in a weird way. She's much clearer now. And now that such a traumatic thing that you have witnessed happened, your brain is able to put pieces together. This is not just the woman that you saw back when you were realizing how many graves there were for the technomancers that died that night. This woman who stood above you. Oh no, you recognize this woman. This is the woman that Mojave shot in that video clip. It's like it comes to you. And Jason, you saw that clip too. It's and this isn't like, there's no role here because it's, you both almost feel uncomfortable. Like you are forced to know this information. There's no stopping it. It's just in there now. It's not comfortable. It is not nice. It is not. It is mentally violating in a way to just suddenly be forced to have this knowledge. And she stands there, and it's not a glare, but it's not entirely just an empty glance either. She is trying to tell you something. And then she just disappears. Not walks away. She's just gone.
Can I do like a logic or judge intentions or something?
I'll
Try
let
to
you
figure it out.
judge intentions. You can do judge intentions. You saw her very much with a physical face, so I'll allow a real ass judge intentions roll. Morningstar could do it too.
Not my best skill, but
Yeah.
maybe
Both of-
together.
Maybe together.
Maybe.
No, both of you, I would say. You know what? Both of you get a different vibe. Because your different backgrounds will make you see this face differently. Morningstar, you're certain that she's angry. You're certain that was mad. That was anger. But Jason, she just looked maybe a little lost or sad. She looked like she wanted help, maybe. So you both get very differing vibes. Morningstar, you're fairly certain she wanted you to stay away. Jason, you're very certain she wanted you to follow her.
Hey guys, I think we should go help that ghost that pinged on my van sensors. Or my mech suit sensors, for that matter.
Mojave?
There's a ghost?
Yeah.
What was the name of that woman you shot?
I don't know.
Okay.
It,
She doesn't want me anywhere near her. And her face is still staring at like that spot on the building as we're sort of going along.
she's here.
She was there. I mean, she was. She's not there anymore. She disappeared, but she looked angry. She looked like she didn't want me near her. So I don't know. She was trying to say something, but she left before I could understand. I don't know.
Jay, hearing that out loud, do you have any response to that?
Who?
I said Jay, sorry.
Oh.
I want to know if you had any response to hearing you say that she was angry out loud.
I don't know if she was angry. She kind of looked like sad to me. Definitely wasn't happy.
Perhaps there is something you can do for her that I cannot. Something about me that is off-putting to her, but
Maybe. But maybe it's one of them there traps.
Tell you, I'm not the person to say.
how far is Boar's Head spot from where we are right now?
Where you are right now,
Yeah.
if you
We're
were able to
moving
take the normal route there, maybe only 15 minutes, but you're not sure what kind of convoluted route you'd need to take given all the barriers in the way.
Mm-hmm.
Pause for one moment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to approach this.
Sorry, roommate.
You're good.
That broke my
Who
train
does
of
stuff
thought.
like that? Not me.
Lady, so we're technically like 15 minutes away, but because with all the barriers in the way, it makes that far more difficult. Does it look like? Gosh, what a weird question I'm going to ask. Does it look like she disappeared into the building that she was on top of, or like?
It was the best way to put it is she was just gone. Not like you looked away and you looked back and she's gone. No, you were staring at her, and it's just they're gone.
Okay.
You don't even think you blinked. And I will say this, or this just generally, because you can see resonance. Nothing. No resonance.
That's not normal, right? As far as those kinds of things go.
Generally, no. Because you're fairly... Best way to put it is... Oh, you know what? I misspoke. There was resonance when she was visible.
Oh, I
But
see.
there
And
is
then
no
when she-
trail of her resonance. That is weird.
Okay. Fuck. I mean, I say that out loud to the group so everybody knows. There was no trail after her wherever she went, so that's not normal. Anything that goes across the matrix leaves resonance of some sort. Although Borshead was very good at Borshead is technomancer, but the woman, she was a Decker, right? That was her thing.
She did seem to need a jack, so you're fairly certain if that image was correct and she was jacked in, that would be a Decker.
Yeah, Mojave's just opening his mouth as though to speak, but the blank look on his face, back then he didn't care to ask. He didn't care to tell the difference. He didn't care to know.
Yeah. She says perhaps that's why she does not look angry at you, Jay. You are also a Decker. You are like her.
Oh, you think she has like a issue with mages or technomancers or something?
I think perhaps she has an issue because she likely knows that I have allegiance to the mage who killed her. So perhaps won't like me. Not that you don't have allegiance to Mojave, but you know.
So, like, you think she wants to talk to me alone?
Well, we're certainly not going to let her talk to you alone, but she clearly had something she needed to say. Maybe we need all the help we can get.
Should I ask?
I guess, yeah. She disappeared. I don't know.
Hey,
how
yo,
to find
spirit.
her.
We want to
Oh.
help you out.
We're getting pretty advanced with this, I see.
To be fair, that tends to be how I do it.
Yeah, how are you supposed to like call out the spirits?
Well,
I
it's
mean,
not
that
really-
is generally how I do it.
He points at Cloudy.
It depends on the spirit.
She's on the Matrix. Well, she was on the Matrix. It's
So she's-
different.
So
This is like a ghost in the
Yeah.
machine kind of spirit.
Basically, yes. Remember when we were at Boar's Head, how all of the bots and stuff came out of nowhere? They were inhabited by people who were once alive. They became code. She died in the Matrix, so that's where her consciousness is.
You've made your own little things before, right? That's how Midori was born, right?
Well, I simply turned his consciousness on, is all.
Called to her consciousness at the same time you're making one?
I did it through skin link. I had to touch
So
Midori's body, so I don't.
this is gonna sound like a joke, but it ain't a joke. I'm being dead serious when I say you send her a text.
Well, she doesn't want to talk to me. I can't send her a text.
Looking at Jay, you say
Oh.
what you said, but you send her a text.
Jay is looking. Jay's gonna pull up, I guess, a virtual HUD of his like phone, and he's gonna be scrolling through it, like as a troll. So I guess it's projecting out. He's trying to scroll through it.
His big fucking Donkey Kong arm just
Like
He's like, guys,
you make
I
a
don't see her in my contact. What was
You
her
make a-
name?
you make a post, you put it out there. You shout, you say, "Hey yo!" but you
misconnection?
do it The way
Okay,
she
um,
cares.
Okay, hold on. Okay. There's a singular issue. If we put out too loud of broadcasts, people who definitely and like machine weird matrix but not matrix things want to kill us. So we should probably try to be a little bit smart about this. I can try to send out a signal. Uh, Not text, but signal. Just a little ping.
Can Jay just like send out a general message or broadcast like something from the van?
I mean, yeah, you could broadcast something from the van.
Oh.
It would
Hey,
be
the air who just
untargeted.
popped by, missed connection.
Well, it's got the billboard film on it still. Could we just be like, could he just rake something up real quick that's just like, sorry you're dead, like on both sides?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're dead.
I'm so sorry.
Like, hey, just like, I'm happy for you, or I'm sorry. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna read all that, and we just keep driving.
Oh my god.
TLDR, sorry, you're dead.
Oops, my bad.
Mojave just crying in the corner.
Yikes.
Jay is going to change the Vamphibious display from the Dark Horse to say something like if there's something strange, I ain't afraid of no ghosts. And it'll have the Dark Horse number.
There is something
That's
strange in this neighborhood.
The number for Dark Horse, huh?
Okay, you know.
Stop! I'm
I'll
scared.
go ahead. I'll change it to be Jay's number.
No, please,
no.
please. This is way funnier if it's the Dark Horse number.
Okay, we'll do that.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Something strange in the neighborhood. Who you gonna
I
call?
hate this. I hate this.
Cloudy,
I hate this.
Get some strippers.
Cloudy,
Stop.
you're getting a call on your comlink.
Reach up to my earbud. Push it.
Who is it?
Who the fuck do you
Whoa.
think it is? I've been organizing all the Dark Horse events. What do you mean?
And then suddenly, Cloudy, you feel like someone gently touches your hair.
Bitch, what? Can we see her?
Nope.
Oh.
I'm gonna throw up.
Doing his best to keep it together and professional. We have a job to do. We are doing that job, but like astrally, his aura is just abject misery.
Looking around astrally first.
I wrap my tail around
Sensing.
Mojave.
Oh no.
May I also do an sensing because I am trying to do this job.
That is true. You are very much like, okay, hold on.
Yeah,
I'll let
like
you do a
I'm
sensing.
spiraling, but also I'm here.
All right. Cloudy, this is probably a little more uncomfortable for you as you're looking around. But I would say that it's probably, you know what, it's easier. Mojave has an easier look. Cloudy, it's worse for you. Mojave, from your point of view, it straight up looks like coming out of the device next to Cloudy's ear is literally a small hand touching his hair. Cloudy, it's like a flash of white in the side of your vision.
You can give her my number.
Hello. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Sorry about that. So, what's your name?
Haiti.
Nice to meet you, Hayden. I'm Miguel.
I like that name. I think Faden would like that name.
My mom did too.
I'm not mad. I'm not sad. I need you to come with me.
Where are we going?
To the graveyard.
Whose graveyard?
I'm mentally searching graveyards in Vegas.
I can't make this noise.
Mhm.
But we'll just say it is all of us, and it's in what sounds like 100 voices at once.
Mm-hmm.
I don't-
Can the rest of us hear this at all? Like,
This is in
I was just
Cloudy's
saying-
ear. It's coming
we
through the
can-
device.
that's
So we
what I
can
thought.
only hear
You're hearing
Cloudy's
Cloudy's
side
side
of
of
the
the conversation.
Yeah,
Okay.
just making sure. Either way, Mojave's staring fixedly at Cloudy's ear, but like,
Yeah. My tail is wrapping around Mojave in comfort, but she's staring like wide-eyed at Cloudy.
And Cloudy, after he is like stock still, after just this slight ghostly hand, it's just pet, and it's just. Don't let the crazy murder ghost decide that my neck is the next thing she wants to pet.
Okay. I am mentally looking up graveyards.
So
There's a couple graveyards in Vegas, but none near you.
no.
Cool. Great. Amazing.
Matrix.
Looking towards the
Yeah.
dome.
No.
Is it inside the dome?
No,
It's on the Matrix, isn't
Okay.
it?
we don't go there. We hate her. She makes it worse.
Good.
Is Cloudy sharing this with all of us? Or?
He's on his little phone thing right now.
I'm not sure whether I can.
No.
You can only hear Cloudy's side of the conversation. Cloudy has been drawn into a intimate conversation.
Gotcha.
But
Where we gotta go?
where would you like us to go?
Down the road. Find the golden wing. Go left until you see a big brick building. The snake will see us first. She saw our bushes. She's seen the roses.
Oh, that's not ominous. Okay, Jay,
Yeah, man. What's
go
up?
straight. Take a left at the Golden Wing. And go straight till big old brick and
Golden Wing.
our guiding star will see where it leads us.
Her eyes get even bigger as Jay's giving those directions.
Boy, let's roll out.
So we're rolling the fuck out, and Morningstar goes very still because she walked all over the city and she saw.
Oh, yeah. I will
And-
say, really quickly, Cloudy, the hand goes away,
Okay.
but you feel it's one of those ones where you can't, you know what it is, but it's weird. You're pretty sure the ghost says goodbye and then kisses you on the forehead.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my god.
And she's gone.
Well, as creepy as the hand was, oddly sweet girl. Ugh.
Well, at least she wasn't aggressive Right, that's a positive. She wants us to go to the Golden Wing, or near it.
Take a left at the Golden Wing.
You
Keep
go
on
out.
going straight for a while. Big brick building and something about rose bushes. And that you'd see them first.
Yes, I will. Mojave, you should know before we get there. And she launches into the explanation of the rose bushes and the little memorials left around the city from all the technomancers that died that night. And sort of over time beforehand.
Yeah, he is very still, very quiet, nodding along, right on that cusp between private breakdown and we have a job to do. I cannot afford to lose it here. There is too much at stake. But like, you know, his fingernails are digging into his palm, but he's keeping it together.
Yeah. ST.
Yes.
The Golden Wing is owned by Oscar, yes?
Yes, that is the Falcones, I'd say center of their territory.
Okay. This brick building has, whether through Mojave's memories or, you know, anything like that, would I be familiar at this point?
No,
Actually, that's a good question. Would I be familiar with what it is or was or might have been, seeing as like I basically lived next door?
Yeah.
I mean, your memory, Mojave, outside the Golden Wing, there's I mean, you guys have been near there where you were near like the big arena building that the Robo battle was in. Kind of on that side is a large like big area for like, I guess would be like shipping warehouses.
I see. Okay.
Like kind of, you know, that's like a zone, and then their trucks go out to all the casinos, and like some are for food,
Got
some
you.
are for money, whatevs. But
Yeah.
you're not, there's maybe a couple brick buildings you can think of, Mojave. Like, brick's not an uncommon building material, but a brick building is not a description you can go,
Yeah, if nothing else, being able to say, I know the area, it's all warehouses on that side.
Yeah. I guess what sets it apart will be the little memorials that are on the Matrix.
Yeah, the graveyard.
Yeah, now I understand what she meant. Okay, we can do this. Whatever this is, we can do this, and hopefully, whatever it is, it will help us with
We need all
the
the help
dome.
we get. They don't like
Right.
her either. We all gotta resolve this, or Vegas is going down.
Right.
Vegas and everyone in it.
I'm assuming Cloudy told us some of the things that she said. So Morningstar will say, the dome makes it worse, she said. Perhaps it is forcing her to manifest. I mean, the Matrix is different than the astral, but perhaps because of the melding of all three, that it forces her to do what she is not meant to do, as she is really just code on the Matrix right now. You know, we will have to destroy it, and hopefully they can help.
I mean, if it goes without saying, if I can in any way make it right for them, I'm gonna.
I know.
So I assume you all would like to have this conversation on the drive there.
No, we're sitting and stopping by to the side of the road. Yes, no, of course!
Christ, I'm sorry. The GM is sorry. He didn't read it. So no, you all have this conversation heading down. You reach the point at which the Golden Wing is in, and you all can now see. The only way to describe what you witness is a bunch of, like, giant black SUVs parked head to, like, hood to tail in a giant line. Some are on the grass, some are on the road. There is makeshift, like, basically they turned the outside of the casino into a straight up circle of you don't come here. And there are puddles of, like, the red rust material and like kind of twisted ass bodies that have been just eradicated by what looks like heavy machine gun fire. And it is very clear that there are dudes posted up every
slightest
so often.
Of relief as we passed, because I knew my brother would be okay. I knew he has the resources to be okay. But all the same, it's good to see physical, actual proof that he's okay, because we are not in a position to reach out to him right now with everything going on.
Yes. But you all are able to go past this, see that, kind of take a little bit of a weird detour because they've kind of blocked off a good bit of the road, but you're able to kind of slide through some alleys. And you start heading down the way, and Morningstar, it doesn't take long for you to start noticing those rosebush memorials.
Mm-hmm.
And, they're sprinkling ever so often. They're getting more common. At the end of the road, it kind of T-bones into another, and you see a couple of brick buildings here. But one of them is not only clearly dilapidated.
Mm-hmm. You got it. Dilapidated.
Mm-hmm. That word hurts my brain. But it does not appear to have been changed in a while. And there's burn marks on it. Like, there's clear signs that a long time ago it was charred. Like, some of it's washed away or worn off from rain, which is rare, but sun damage, things like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But though there's damage to, like, the top of the building and the side of the building, there's this very large warehouse door that almost looks like at the bottom there's a weird glint to it as you all are driving up. And I would say that, Jason, you're able to recognize this with your mechanical ability. You look at it, you see the way it glints, you're just like, wait a minute. It's massive. Whatever they used to do this is a giant version of it. That is welded to the ground. That door cannot open again. It is welded in place. And on...
Unwelded?
I mean, yeah, enough time. You could probably cut through it.
A trench can do anything with enough time.
That's true. On the Matrix, Morningstar, you know what these rose bushes are.
Yeah.
The entire building is covered. It looks like they have overgrown out of windows, out of this thing's wire frame that it is. It is like a greenhouse at this point. It is covered in these vines and memorials, and you'll see that somewhere in there is like this little glowing light. And what can only be described as... I'd say a will-o-wisp is a good way of describing it. It's not fire, but it has that gentle, almost slowed down flicker of flame. And it's somewhere deep inside this wire-framed memorial.
She will say, we're here. You can park the car, Jay.
Mojave just gripping the seat, knuckles white, between the knowledge of what we're walking into and just the sight of a charred warehouse in this city. The effort of keeping his face, like, still, right now, he looks more like Ollie than he ever has.
Yeah. She will grab your hand, squeeze it, and say, we can do this. You can do this. You have to relax your face. You have to.
His face doesn't move, but the grip on her hand does go from bone crushing to less than that.
She'll take it. It's improvement. And she will say, well, come on. There's something inside. This is like a little wisp of flame. Not actual fire, though. I think that's what we need to go towards. Softy, will you allow me to do something a little weird?
Always.
Cool. What I would like to do is allow for them to essentially see through my eyes for even just a brief moment. Sending what I see in my vision on the matrix, this, the vines and the flowers and all these things.
You want to live stream your scales of vision.
Sort of, yeah, except less. I want to send it to your guys' phone so you can kind of get a glimpse of, like, not just the memorial, but like the little wisp flame that's in the inside. So that everybody can.
I'll let you live stream.
You will? Okay, then yeah, I'll live stream. Yeah. I'll live stream. So what you see is Morningstar will say, "Take out your phones," and then she will open the door, get out, and peer at the building. And her eyes, though they are mismatched, the pupils themselves will have like this faint, that glow that dogs get when or just animals in general when light reflects off their eyes. That's what you see in her pupils, and that's her like live streaming to you guys what she sees across the matrix onto your phones or onto whatever devices you have that have screens.
I will say that by just the logic of how this kind of works, it's not as vivid as true, like... I'd say there's a difference between the way that a Technomancer sees virtual reality and anyone else would see virtual reality. So you still see it. It's very much clear what it looks like. But there's just not as much glowiness to it.
It's being translated into video data.
Yeah. It's never going to be as bright as real life.
Yeah, as real Matrix, yeah. No, her eyes look a little, funky with as it records, but the image you guys see is clear and you can see what she sees.
Jay can actually see it because he can see an AR.
That's
and actually,
true.
if Cloudy uses, because I know Cloudy has AR.
Turn up, take out the little glasses, set them on.
Yep.
Wonderful.
So that means that everyone can see it with the live stream, but yeah, the two of them, other than Morningstar, can see this in more detail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So-
I'll be watching an AI.
Okay, great.
Same.
But yeah, so she's live streamed. So at the very least, Mojave and Anxiety aren't left out. Yeah.
So you
Come on.
all are faced with this building with a welded shut door.
Yeah, I'm gonna start going towards the building. The door is welded shut, but are there other points of entrance?
You can look for them.
Yeah, I'd like to. Yeah.
Jay can help let you use his flying spies.
Oh, great. Okay, then yeah, maybe like send the fly spies sort of around the building while I go forward and look.
Stick close to our healer.
Very smart.
I would like to give the place the astral once over, because we're here for Matrix Ghosts, but also you never know.
There's no sensing needed. This place is haunted as fuck.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit!
There's just this... it is haunted. Like, you could... This is auras of people, but they're faint. They're not living people. There is just stuff here, and it's just burned into this place.
Yeah, Liam is going to exist, live, thrive inside of Mojave's shadow.
Astral form of me myself. This is not anything I can or would hide from. I'd say if there are like the shadows of ghosts in the astral, the phone is glanced at to get a sense of what the others are seeing, but he's, it is dangerous to walk around with your phone in front of your face. He's just gonna be operating with his astral eyes.
Yeah. Is there something you'd like me to roll to find another entrance?
No. In the real life, this place is not overwhelmed by anything. You can see there's other doors here.
Okay, great.
One of them, in no uncertain terms, used to be a door. It is now completely bricked up. There's another one at the back of the building, and this one is almost maybe worse. It is completely covered in what takes you a minute to realize. You look up, someone dumped pure asphalt off the top of the roof
So they were
onto
road
where
bushes.
this.
I'm so sorry.
God damn it! But yeah, they poured basically pure asphalt because you see that dark mess that's dripping down the thing. It's piled up in front of this door, completely covering it. And the way it is, you can see the splash still clearly visible, as it's really hard to get this kind of stuff off.
Do I get the sense that they trapped people inside and then set the building on fire?
I mean, that is definitely a way of thinking about it. I will not say that you can't assume that.
Okay. Man, that feels bad. Okay. Are there windows to this building?
It looks like there used to be, but any place that you see glass windows, on the other side of them appears to be some kind of steel sheeting. That is not bolted from the outside, it's bolted from the inside.
Liam,
Yes.
do you think you can find a way in?
Probably. Definitely.
Please find a way in.
Sure.
Thumbs up from Mojave, because you've been standing in a shadow.
Pat Mojave on the shoulders. I leave him shadowless. Head over towards the building and just start climbing it.
Yeah,
From the exterior.
it's maybe only like 20 feet. Width enough. It is, the one thing I will say, this is kind of short for a warehouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're able to get up that wall real fucking easy. Like, literally, you could take that asphalt. It's nearly a ramp up to the roof. Like, this isn't even difficult. You
Sure.
get up on the roof and you step down.
Well, a lot of warehouses have high up windows that aren't really meant to be opened. They're there to let ambient light in. But that is one thing he'll be investigating, if any of these are damaged beforehand. If not, definitely going to the roof to look for probably what is a very large ventilation system.
Oh yeah, I'll say that the upper windows also steel sheeted, and from this close up and up here, they have had oh god, it's not ABC, I think it's APC foam, the expanding foam put around the edges so that they're completely airtight. So they have the steel sheet and they have been sealed. And getting upon the roof, you see where you do see an AC unit. It's been removed, and there does appear to be... It looks like the roof was retarred in one area. Like the sheet was pulled down and the tar was rolled over it.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to very carefully investigate that, mindful of tripwires and other things that could kill me in an instant.
Oh yeah. I will say that roll stealth.
Yeah. Yeah. Four.
So you're sneaking along. There is a moment when you catch yourself. That was, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
The GM got caught off guard by the cartoon hammer effect, and I
I'm
lost
so
it.
sorry.
I listen.
That's the sound
not,
of a 10-pound safe being dropped on my head. from
Yeah,
above
that's the
somehow.
sound of a 10-pound safe that's about to fall. Basically, at one point, you do stop yourself from kicking it, but you feel your foot touch it. There are what appear to be metal bullet casings that are scattered around the parts of the roof that still have, like, that gravel rocking that's over some places.
Yeah.
When you reach where the tarred over sheeting is, you're very careful, stepping gently, and you are actually able to find where they didn't put anything in place. They just put the sheet over it and then tarred it. You can feel it moves. It's not that thick. You could cut through this. There's absolutely a way in from the roof.
And it's just like a plastic tarp
It is.
or like a linen sheet.
I'd say it is specifically made for roofs. I want to say it is a form of rubber. And then there is a rubberized tar that is basically squeegeed over it. This is how certain roofs are made.
How thick does the rubber look?
I mean, when you push down on it, you can see the edge. So you're like pretty sure this can't be. It's got to be under an inch thick. If you could see that edge of where the hole for the AC unit is, you're like, no, if I could see that, this is under an inch. You are a little worried that your weight might be enough to break it. You know Jay's weight would be enough to break it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. He doesn't have any cutting tools. That's just not how he works. He's got his lock picks, but he doesn't want to force through an inch of rubber with a lock pick.
If you were to come back, you would have definitely seen that Mojave does have scalpels.
True. So what he's going to do instead is test one of the corners and kind of push down on it and see if he can pop it. And if not, probably fall back and talk to Mojave.
You go in, try to push down on one of the corners, and you get it to stretch. But the minute any release goes, it's very quickly trying to pull itself back together.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just, it doesn't cut easily.
Over the sub vocals, I'm going to need a cutting implement up here. Do you mind if I come down and borrow a scalpel?
I got a few of them.
All right, I'm gonna go get a scalpel.
Yeah, by the time he arrives, I already have like a selection.
Morningstar has her hand on the brick, and she's just looking at all of this stuff. Her eyes are a little watery.
Yeah, Mojave has not come out of Ollie face.
Still got Ollie face. It's easy to go down, get the scalpel. The minute you have actual bladed instruments, all it takes is a little bit of pressure, tightening it up, and then just dragging it against one side, and it's nothing. It easily pulls through. The minute there's a blade involved, it's just... And you know for a fact you could rip it all the way open.
I No. We cut a corner out so that I can slip inside, and then, like, not even like the whole corner, just to lift the corner and slip my skinny little ass under it to be attached to the ceiling within, so that it does not look like from the ground floor that something has happened.
All right, understandable. Roll sneaking again for me as you slip your way inside.
Yes. 6.
Beautiful. You're able to slip inside, no noise, perfectly silent. The first thing you'll notice when you get in is the first touch on the ceiling is disgusting. You pull your hand away and it's just blackened. It's soot. It's just sticky soot. But you're able to kind of push away and you're able to get yourself all the way in. The only source of light in here is from the hole you just carved, which doesn't let in a lot. And somewhere in the darkness, although you can actually see fairly well in darkness, if I'm correct.
We're nocturnal, baby.
Yeah, actually, no,
We
I
have,
think...
yeah, I'm pretty sure I got low light vision. Yeah.
So, okay, low light vision, so it is fairly pitch black with nothing other than this. So there's places you can see, because you see that deep in the corner, and you can kind of see, like, a little bit around it, is some kind of bright light, and you realize it's electronic. And it is absolutely on what looks maybe like some kind of panel, maybe a breaker box. You don't know. It's just a big square box with a bunch of wires going out from it. But that light is barely bright enough to get past like a foot away from it.
Okay.
But other than that, it smells like coal. Like coal in here, like just burned.
Fucking stinks in here. And definitely describing
Well,
kind of what he's seeing.
there is a box. What? Like
Yeah.
a screen? Like a computer?
I'm not really sure what I'm looking at, to be certain.
Okay.
Do you want me to try to get you guys in from the inside now? Or do you want me to try to...
Keeping the crew together wouldn't be a bad idea.
If you can find the way, yes. That would
Should
be
we
good.
just like bust our way through?
I mean, do I see any other people in here? Or any signs of like a CCTV or like... Can I look to see if it's safe
Yeah,
for fucking
roll-
big man here to just monster stomp through a wall?
Roll perception.
Oh,
I will-
yeah.
I
Maybe
will
not
do
through
that.
the wall. Maybe.
Jay's going full Kool-Aid, man.
2.
From what you can see, the only light is that green one in the distance. Looking around, you don't see any like... You don't see the infrared color, the red light on any, like, no CCTV footage, no nothing. The only thing that you can very much make out is that from the little bit of light, tinged as it is because of the barrier coming in, you could see to the floor. And that is not a 20-foot drop. That is a 40-foot drop.
Hmm.
You're not entirely sure it's 40 feet, but that is not 20 feet. You
Okay,
climbed 20 feet. It is deeper inside than the wall outside.
There's no fucking floor. It's just like the whole thing's just a drop down.
It's a straight up, from where you can see, it's a drop down. And it's
Okay.
whatever's on the floor, or you're assuming maybe, or maybe the floor is, clearly it's reflecting a little bit of light so you know it's there, but it's black. And it's making it really hard to fully identify anything you're looking at. What you will
Okay.
notice, though, is the box light is big enough, and because it can go down, there does appear, over by the box, to be some kind of, like, metal walkway, maybe. Because it's much higher.
All right. casing the interior walls down past the limit where the floor would be. There's no like panels, boxes, switches. That looks like it opens maybe a secret door, or it's like a passage to like the lawn where everyone's waiting.
And are you doing this by sight, or are you doing this by like crawling?
Crawling along the wall, looking close up, not using any lights, just seeing what he can see. He'll also kind of over his shoulder. And you guys can hear this over the sub vocals if you want. Looking for a switch here, Mama. You see anything?
Oh, there's a moment. Oh yes.
Go, you go. Actually, you go. No, I'm not gonna say nothing. You go.
There's a moment in the darkness where you feel the gentle hands on your shoulders, and she leans over. There's nothing. Not to let them in. But there's nothing living in here. There's something deep underground, though. I can't see
Nods
it.
his head. Okay. Over the sub vocals then. All right, so it's 20 foot up, it's 20 foot down. There's no floor. There's nothing alive in here. You can definitely force your ways in, but there is something deep below ground. There's a metal walkway that goes off into darkness. I can barely see in here with my eyes. But again, to my understanding, there is nothing in here that would dissuade us from using lights.
So what I'm hearing is let there be light.
Yes.
Nods to Jay.
Morning
So-
stars. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead.
So, if I go in there, will I be able to get my mech suit back out again? Or...
I mean,
It's 20 feet straight down.
you did hear that there might be a walkway on one wall. Maybe if you broke in by that wall, you'd have the walkway.
I think
How
you just
high-
need to.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I think you just need to pick a spot to break open, and then we can have enough light in there to figure out the rest.
Okay, Jay will try to break a way in.
All right. I
I d-
assume you
I
want to
don't
attempt
know-
the brick walls, not the metal door.
Yeah, sure.
Would you like to go like? How do you want to do this? Do you want to try to punch it? You want to try to hit it with the thunderstruck? Try to break through it?
I think my initial try, I think I'll just try to like kick it in or punch it in with the mech, and if that doesn't work, then I'll probably try to hit it with a thunderstruck.
So when I hear the like coming closer, he's definitely like counts the doors and is like, okay, I'm about 15 feet from the right corner of the building. Like, just don't punch through the wall. Hit me, please.
Yeah, I think you're given the warning that Jay is going to try to punch
It's
through one
about
of
the
the walls.
Kool-Aid man.
Yeah, so like you're not put in a position that you get punched and knocked out.
Because he absolutely could wipe my hard drive if he connects. I promise you.
Yeah, and what was I rolling for strength rolls for a mech? Was it body?
Yes, for the mech.
Okay, body and what? Just body and body, or
I think it's
Body
body
and-
and body, because I think a normal thing for this would be like, I mean, I guess this would be an unarmed attack normally, unless you're actually just trying to push it. Then it's actually just strength, which would be body for you.
okay? Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to like.
You're trying to Kool-Aid man this. I will allow you to just like body and just try to force your metal ass through the wall.
Oh,
Standing back, watching Jay gearing up, fishing a cigarette out of the bag to light up.
When you wish you had teeth.
Stop! Don't.
Man, that's not a great roll.
I don't really know what you're built for. You do a little damage to the bricks. But you are not Kool-Aid Man in this.
Softening up the spot you're about to fucking devastate with your Thunderstruck.
I will take a few steps back, and I will Thunderstruck it.
Roll your Thunderstruck. All I care about... Actually, no. It's a brick wall. What damage is your Thunderstruck?
A number that can generally be described as yes.
15.
15 and 8 armor piercing.
Amazing.
Does that over penetrate and just make like a tiny hole?
Probably.
I imagine it.
What's with the other side of the wall?
The other side looks crazy.
Anxiety's face just like pokes through the hole.
Do we get a 2-for-1 opening?
For shits and giggles, I will allow this to more behave like as if this was hollow point ammo, where small hole up front, big hole in the back. It is going to slam into this very old brick building, and it's going to slam one brick, and that brick is going to rip mortar. That mortar is going to loosen, and pieces are going to fall. It's probably maybe only... You know what? It's big enough. It is a hole wide enough that you're fairly certain Morningstar could get her widest point through. So her hips. So Morningstar could get in if she slid in like a snake.
Nice.
You don't think you could get the mech through, Jay, unless you pulled more pieces off.
Jay's gonna say...
Well, Jay could get through that.
Jay
hole,
could get in.
but
Also,
The troll
with the wall
unit cannot.
loosened up, its bricks. You can try pulling out more. Stuff.
Yes,
I
now
was
you have a
literally
much
just about
more...
to say,
What's...
could Anxiety try pulling bricks from the one side after being like, I'm gonna try to pull, don't fire again.
Yes, you can. You absolutely have the strength. You can do this.
In Jay's mind, the question is, what's more likely to fit? The van or the troll?
The troll.
Yeah.
To get enough... Hey, you're fairly certain there's not enough space for the van to go anywhere.
yeah, you're just in an alley right now. Yeah, I think once those bricks are loosened up and moved out the way, I will.
And if
Head
need
inside.
be, now that it's weakened, Jay could try the Kool-Aid Man thing again.
This is a brick building, and I'm really terrified that you guys fuck up this wall enough, the whole building's gonna come down. I'm a little nervous about it. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys are, but I am.
Who knows?
It's just one wall. It's not like it's a support column.
Do you know that, sir? You simply shot into the wall. You don't know what you shot. Wait a minute.
Are you an architect?
Hey, listen. I'm not, but Morningstar might be.
Yeah, that's the exhale a slow cloud of smoke, and you find a floor plan for this place.
Neither is Jay. We don't gotta worry about it.
I would have found a floor plan for this place if you'll let me.
There's none.
Oh, beautiful. So, unfortunately,
I'll just say right now, no matter how high you get it,
yeah.
in fact, I'll say right now, it's weird. This place doesn't even exist.
No,
There
that's
isn't
what I thought.
one.
It has been. If it did, it has been left to rot in the system.
Well, that makes sense. They locked a bunch of people inside and burned them alive, and I will go through the hole.
Yeah, everyone who would like to may go through the hole. You will all be struck with just that smell of just char and coal, and it's thick in that air. You can tell that this place was airtight. It is musty in here. It is gross. Like, this is not fresh air. In fact, it's so bad, like, you could feel the air coming from behind you to refill this location.
Mojave tosses his hat back towards the van before following.
I am going to head towards the little
Uh,
terminal.
Finn will immediately turn to a hat and replace it.
Less.
That's neither here nor there.
God bless.
Um,
I'm gonna go towards the terminal, Softy.
All right, everyone enters in. You start heading towards that green light, and you're on that walkway. It's, I will say, whenever Jay steps on it, there's absolutely a bit of an uncomfortably long creak,
Yeah.
but it does
Does it- okay.
seem.
Real quick, not meaning to cut you off. The moment there's any sort of like anxiety is up on the wall again to decrease the weight by that much.
It does hold. It appears to. Well, you jump off, but yeah, it does hold. It's uncomfortable, but it does seem to be, at least it doesn't seem to have been damaged too badly with whatever occurred. So it's holding pretty well.
Yeah, one way or the other. That's where we go, hey, Cloudy, yo, you still got enough juice to lighten the load?
You just
Give
just
James a
stay
grab.
there.
it's probably for the best that it just be me that I levitate in case he needs to move quick.
Worth
Ah.
asking.
I'm
Valid answer.
when I'm
But if we need to, Cloudy will go on ahead. And come here, you. Let's keep it not ridiculous. Okay, I'm good.
Good.
Just
when I get to the terminal, what do I see?
I will tell you after break, as we're gonna go on break real quick.
Nice.
God damn it, Softy.
I'm smart. Hi, everybody. There was some scuff. I had the whole damn thing just flip out on me. Hi, everybody. The warning screen broke for some reason. Don't know why that is. I will fix that at another point. There we go.
Everything
All right,
is
sorry
fine.
about that. Got some extra
Everything is
scuff today.
fine.
Everything is fine. Everything's perfectly good. We're professionals here. So, before our break, all of you had finally entered into the sealed warehouse out here. Morningstar, you were headed towards the box on the wall.
Yeah.
Upon reaching the box, you can definitely tell that it is pretty old, honestly. Like, this is, like, nigh ancient. Like, this is a breaker box. Like, this is a main breaker box. Like,
Yeah.
you pop it open, it doesn't, there's no lock. You open it, it's literally one of the switches. Like, old classic switch to pop the breaker back. You can clearly see it's popped down. So, like, you can tell this doesn't have normal electricity. Whatever this green light is, that's a generator somewhere else in this building.
Okay.
But you figure if you pop this, the lights might come back on.
Yeah. She opens it up, takes a look at it, and then proceeds to flip it.
For a few moments, everyone is blinded as massive fluorescent lights come on. As your eyes adjust, you realize that maybe about half the lights are on. A lot of them appear to be either blown out, or some even look melted. Following your eyes downward is when you see what lies at the bottom of this warehouse. It does appear that the warehouse is bored into the ground. While the outside wall is only 20 feet, it does seem to extend another 15 or 20 feet down. This metal walkway that you're on actually does follow along and go down in a manner not dissimilar to a fire escape. And does seem to go all the way down. And at the center of this room is what can only be described as a pile, not bodies piled up like a mass grave. No, they're laying on each other, heads in laps. Some are held in others' arms, and you can see at the center there is some sort of odd item. It seems to have been completely, messed up or burned even. You look around the room, and there really isn't that much else in here. Just this group of... It looks maybe like 25 people. This group of about 25 people all sat together, fully prepared to maybe sleep. They look like they just went to go to sleep. A lot of the bodies clearly have been damaged. Some of the external ones actually don't seem like they've been that burned. At this point, the lack of airflow has kind of left them more desiccated than rotted. Just the way this building was built out, it destroyed all oxygen. Nothing else was able to get in, and the heat killed all bacteria. You could see that, some metal is damaged, some plastic items are straight up melted. The internal temperature must have gotten really high really fast. In fact, I'd say cloudy. Everyone kind of knows how fire works, but, this kind of has weirdly the vibe of, magic fire. Instant, loud, hot, over. It didn't build, but it also didn't move anything. There's no concussion. If it was a bomb, or, physical bomb, you'd expect, the bodies would be pushed away, they'd be knocked over, there'd be clear denting or damage to the floor, but it's not. Whatever's at that center...
Basically magical fireball or a fire spirit?
Possibly. I assume would everyone like to head down this fire escape, heading towards the center with the bodies in it?
I would first like to ask what them ghosts are up to, just astral once over.
They stand around. Some look at you as if they can see you, but a lot of them are just standing around.
Okay.
You will notice there's only maybe 10 ghosts in here.
Okay. And just follow-up question, but me and Oz, we burned a couple of buildings in our day.
Mm-hmm.
Any insight from that experience that I can offer here?
You definitely know that the fire wasn't started from the outside.
Yeah. Specifically in the ways that a fire mage does arson. Different from how a normal guy does arson.
Actually, there's something very important you notice. There's no direction. If a fire mage did this, not only would they, be in the fucking building, they would have been in the dead center of this building. Mm-hmm. They'd be dead too. But none of these bodies are away from the others. Everyone is laying together.
When Liam cut the seal on the rubber, was there a rush of air?
Yes.
This place was empty of oxygen and it just
Synthetically sealed.
Okay.
You said there was something at the center of it. I'm looking on the matrix.
On the matrix, what you see on the matrix is there's clearly power cables that lead from the box you came to upwards, downwards. You're not sure how you might be able to get to it. The floor seems to be concrete. You don't have the best, even though there's nothing really in here, there's clearly something underneath the floor. And it's something heavy duty. heavy power cable. Like the kind of thing that you'd expect to power not a dinky warehouse, but like we're talking servers and casinos. But it doesn't go out anywhere. It's just under here. You can almost look at it and you see the power. You see the generators down there. A big generator. And I'll even say that generator did not turn on when you hit the thing. That generator was on.
It's still on?
Yeah, and it was on when you came in. I should have stated that.
Okay.
The breaker box you hit only turned on the lights up top. It did
Okay.
nothing else.
Okay. I'm going to go down. Fire escapes are hard for me because I don't have legs. But I do my best. Sort of curl my body around the ladder itself and kind of just like slowly spiral down.
Do
Is
as
it
the snake do.
directly under their body? Like under the bodies? Is it directly underneath?
It definitely follows, like the cable definitely follows the center point of this. The generator appears like it's at one side, and following the cable, now that you're kind of down there, you can look. It continues to go down. You can definitely see the 3D space of it. It goes all the way down, and then whatever's at the bottom of that is taking ungodly amounts of energy. Whatever that is, it is so much, and it is covered. Like you can see it. That has layers, firewalls, shit over it. All you can tell is that it's taking power. It is layers and layers of protection around whatever the fuck that is. And it's been up for as long as this place has been sealed.
So to get there, I would have to move these bodies.
You think? You're not super certain where maybe the entrance would be. I do need to know something. Are the mages down there?
Yes.
I
I'm
mean,
not leaving this scene. I am definitely keeping my eyes open.
I just need to know how close you are that you can be able to see it.
I am, however close Mojave is, I'm 1 foot further back.
Yeah, Mojave's
Understandable.
not hanging back. In fact, he is very much like, we are on a job. We have a job to do. Now is not the time for waffling. We're going to do whatever presents itself as needing to be done.
All right. I need Arcana rolls.
Oh god.
Oh,
So how do I
Jesus.
default that?
Logic, limited by
Intelligence.
mental.
Logic, sorry.
Would I even qualify for
crit-
that as an adept?
Oh!
Well, alright.
I will continue. Does anyone want to save him? Does anyone want to try to save him?
Let it burn! No, good.
This is going to be real
Probably
funny,
not.
real fast.
Am
It's
I
gonna
allowed
be
to spend my
hysterical.
points?
I'm going a little longer.
No,
A little
I don't
longer,
think
because this is
so.
going to be a lot. No one's going to save him.
No.
Everything's going to be fine.
All right. Crit glitch
Perfect.
stands. The crit glitch stands.
Oh god.
All right, so I will put.
At least it was a knowledge check and not a I am going to have a fireball explode in my face because it exploded in my face.
Mm-hmm.
See, if it was a normal glitch, you'd be right. But crit glitching is a
I mean,
very
his own
different thing.
fireball exploding in his
It's true. His own fireball would not explode in his face. So what's basically going to happen here? Would Anxiety, did you want to try to roll it, even defaulting?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm actually good. You'll never get me.
So Cloudy,
Mm-hmm.
you look down at this, and you start to notice something. Something seems off. Something seems off. You get closer, you're like, what the hell am I looking at? And you can't, for the life of you... Hold on, I have to cough. This is why we don't eat cold things when we have to talk. For the life of you, you cannot place why you recognize something. And you walk closer, you're looking at it.
I hover closer. I am still just levitating and floating in.
You
'Cause I
prick
still have
witch.
that concentrated. Yep.
I mean, you can hover closer as long as you get closer.
Yep.
So you get closer and... See, now I'm getting it. Because, yeah, it is a knowledge one. Ah, yep, there it is. Got it. You do not recognize it before you make a mistake. I will give, you're not sure what the hell you see, but at that last moment, you're like, wait, is that a spells? Like a ritual circle? Oops.
Fuck.
And right about the time you notice that, you go, wait a minute, and you realize you're at one of the points of it. And suddenly, your levitate breaks.
And gets siphoned into the thing. Oh, fuck.
Levitate snaps, magic gets siphoned in, and you watch as this line of energy from you goes in and is this gentle white, almost electric purple energy. And it zooms forward towards the center of the circle, and as it does, you watch it turn a golden orange. And when it hits that center,
Oh, fuck.
it goes off. Now, it was only a force 4 levitate.
It only got 3 successes. A max of 4 wound up being 3.
It wound up being 3. So force 3. It does not reach the outside of the circle. This is a pretty wide ritual circle. But you watch as that center point, out of nowhere, it just ignites in a fireball that expands and it kind of takes away and burns into a lot of those desiccated bodies, and they catch on fire. It's only some of the ones around that dead center circle, but they're going to start to catch. There's oxygen now in this room again. Although,
Fuck. Baden,
not
put it out. Baden, put
enough.
it out.
So yes, anyone can go in and assist to put it out. That is a...
I call
God.
on my water spirit to put out the fire, please. Please.
Oh.
Yeah, if the water spirit doesn't get in time, I think the troll will try to pat you out.
All right,
know,
would you
maybe
like
just,
to...
Get to the ground a little bit.
Would you like
roll
to-
you around.
Yeah. At this moment, the only action Mojave takes is to toss a cigarette down and stamp it out. But we are watching the way the energy flows, the way this nonsense activated.
I guess Cloudy, yeah, you have Finn. Finn is a water spirit. Give me Finn rolling... What's gonna be him fast enough? We'll treat it like dodge.
Reaction intuition?
Reaction intuition.
Okay. Ironically enough, that's one of his bigger dice pools, so that's fun.
Let's have
That's fun.
Finn try to react. Alright, Finn reacts, realizes what's going on, and goes, "Ugh," and he just jumps up, slaps into the bottom, and just water. The fire is out, but there are now definitely a little bit of gently charred and some waterlogged, desiccated corpses.
Okay.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I will say,
No sustained magic near the circle.
with the water, it actually pushes some of the soot off the ground. And you can see the circle, because when it went off, it was so strong, it burned itself permanently. Which is why it's reacting permanently into the concrete below it. This was a powerful spell.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
And so, seeing as I just got to, from a distance, watch this thing activate in real time, is there anything that can be learned from observation about, like, the way the spell functions, the way it's constructed, the way it, like general... I am vaguely familiar by this point with, like, a certain somebody's handiwork, a certain somebody else's handiwork, to know, like, guesses towards...
You not when you have to default a skill. It's the best way was this is the kind of complex magic that only someone who is properly studied in Arcana would be able to break down.
Yeah.
And I will say, now that it's gone off, it's more revealed. So, Cloudy, you are allowed to roll that again if you want, and try to figure it out again.
Fucking hell! I'm still only getting 4 dice. I'm not as good with this as I should be. Hold on.
Morningstar says out loud, I need to get underneath.
All right. 2 is enough to get a little bit. A little bit. You can tell parts of this are recognizable. This circle is not as simple as a fireball. The section you got near was fire. But you start looking around. No. Some of these other sections are different. Their connections, this is insanity. You're almost dead certain this has to be multiple mages working together to make this. There's parts of this that are like ceiling. There's parts of this that are fire. There's some parts of this that almost appear like a lock. And you can tell that this isn't any one tradition, but there's very clear parts of it that must, in some manner, have used blood magic of a sort. It's not anything as specialized or just well practiced as like Bloody Mary. She would not be involved in this shit. This is different.
That does lead into one of the questions that I was trying to figure out how to formulate to the ST, but I think Mojave just might even ask it aloud to Cloudy. Or the victims or ingredients.
Spellcasters might have been some of the ingredients, depending on how they did it. Ugh.
Morningstar is trying not to be emotional nor callous, but she needs to get down into beneath the floor. What can I roll to find a way to get beneath the floor?
So as she begins looking, there's also the... Do you want me to take a poke around astrally, see what I can see?
Whatever you can. I need to get down there.
Heat space would be perception.
Watch my body.
A 3.
You can... Obviously, you don't have any sustained magic on you, and you're very careful.
Nope. I am not magic.
You're looking around, and at one point, very carefully, you don't want to be disrespectful. You don't want to push too far, but you move towards a lot of figures and kind of shift it, and you look in between them and pull your hand across, wiping away some of the soot for a moment. And you see an actual line in the concrete, not the circle. No. This is where two pieces of concrete align, and it's curved. And you look at the curve, and you can follow it with your eyes. This is about midway into, like, the big ritual circle. There is a place where this concrete can move. Or it looks like it should have moved, or it is maybe put as a cap or something.
Okay.
And as Scales is looking around, I would like to slump over and just astral form, poke around.
You gonna go near the circle?
Near the circle, safe distance. We are being mindful of the energies at play and the effect that they have had. But Scales needs to get down, and if there is anything I can glean by phasing through things that don't exist on my plane of reality.
I'll put it right here. About an inch below the concrete floor, like the whole floor, is a mana barrier. And it is not hard to see that all connection of that mana barrier, like clearly, it is powered by that circle. That circle is still going.
Well, even that is data to report back with.
It's meant to keep magic users out specifically. Okay. Cool.
Oh, you know what? Matrix thing I forgot because you're in the building. That's my fault.
Yes.
Not only is there a connection, a problematic connection point to what's ever at the very, very bottom, that power cable, you can't see inside it. You know there's power. That radiates in the grid. But you can't see inside it. You don't know what programming is going on. The generator is not... Clearly these things are giving off a signal you should be able to see, and you realize they're protected. Not entirely by firewalls. Those are there. There's something more concrete. This is like a Faraday cage.
I see.
This place is protected on every single level. No one is meant to come in here. Whatever happened here has bound this place. They didn't want anyone going below.
Well, too bad.
Let there be light.
Yeah. I look to the others and I say, help me move the bodies. And she'll grab someone, like cradle them like very carefully and begin moving aside the bodies. She's not using any magic, obviously, because she's not a magic user. This is just purely her with her hands moving these bodies. She's really careful about it.
I'll say right now, you can't lift them. It feels like trying to pull something off a glue trap.
I would like... So for this entire time, I have been making those jokes about how I can mix up some real good glue. I have to ask. Does this vibe like a glue magic?
You know what? No roll for that. You see it. It's one of the few things you register. You're like, no, hold on. I do this. I don't care if it's alchemy. I know what that means. I know that. Part of this spell is a glue. It's actually the glue spell.
I am vindicated for having it on my spell list! I am sorry. I have too much energy today. Yeah, no, Mojave sees Scales attempting to lay out the bodies and just... they're glued down.
Fantastic. I need to fucking get down there.
Somebody had a vested interest in making sure we don't. On all levels. Which bodes real well for us moving ahead.
Why would she fucking ask us to come here? and then we can't do anything.
Because
Makes
her
sense.
enemies are our enemies. They've pinned the three worlds through. And if that's what they did here to keep us out, it all comes together.
ST.
Mm-hmm.
There are cables that run down into that space, whatever it is, right?
Yes.
Cool. What if I cut those wires?
You would have to get through concrete.
Then I must be confused because
Oh, sorry,
you said
they're buried cables.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I had not clarified that. Yes, everything that is visible is buried underground, and it's a closed system.
Okay. What if I drop into? What if I drop farther? What if I
Try to go up underneath it.
yeah, but through obviously it's what VR is that what it's called? Oh, where
Yeah, if you want to go into the foundations, you need to drop into full like hot sim VR.
Yeah. Okay.
You are very aware that it is. This is not submergence exactly. This is more using the foundation, and you are aware it is very dangerous. But you've been down there. You're pretty confident you can make your way back out. But you know how dangerous this is about to be.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then there's only one thing I can do. And she is going to sort of curl herself up into just an area where she's like can be up against a wall. And she says, "I will be back."
Stay safe.
And she just closes her eyes and drops into VR.
And as Scales is doing that, is there any chance, like, I don't have the Arcana, but a sensing wise to glean, like, why these bodies are glued to the ground? What was this circle meant to do? It wasn't supposed to explode, like Cloudy set it off on accident, was it? I don't know.
I will allow
Color do what?
for the vibe check.
Yes, please. I want to vibe check.
I will allow any mage who wishes to vibe check.
I want to vibe check so bad. It's the only thing I do. I want to help.
It was meant to lock things down, something fiery, or the fire might have gone elsewhere. But mumbling back and forth. Good question.
Okay. Clicky clackies.
Oh, sorry.
So it's okay. I'm memeing. So basically, Cloudy, you're probably better at this a little bit. Well, I gotta check it. You're fine. All right. So, Mojave, you will easily get all of the various components of this magic. You know what they vibe. There is fire, there is blood, there is glue, there is some things that are buried. That it's like layer on top of layer on top of layer. Not only is this ungodly complicated, and you know there's something under there, it's almost frustrating to look at. It's almost painful to look at. Cloudy, you can get a single layer lower. And that's when you see it. There is an inactive spell that has not been activated yet. And you recognize it because you have it. Underneath some of this is the Levitate spell, or a modification of Levitate. You will also be able to tell that the body's placement align with the lines of the circle. Everybody here, the reason they're glued in place is they are part of this ritual circle.
Ingredients, after all.
They were the ingredients. They were locking something down and they were trying to bring it up. Whatever's down there Solidify. What's that fire for? Trying to lift something or
What's the fire for, and why were the generators still running?
were they inversing the levitate somehow? Is that why it was a level down? Was it they trying to push it down? I I can't make heads or tails.
Well,
But
keep digging.
so you said there was a mana barrier, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that seems to be part of the current. So basically, the active layer is a bit of a trap in a way, as clearly it can absorb magic and it responds aggressively. The amount of magic it absorbs seem to actually be affecting it. The other layers of it are the glue to hold everything together. It's clearly binding down that
So
mana
that's-
barrier. It's in
That fire
active
is
state.
just a trap. That fire
Yes.
is just the trap.
And that
That's all it
surface
is.
circle is the active layer. The layer below it, what it's on top of, that levitate, it follows the same circle, and you know there must be something else under there alongside it. It's just as complicated. Just the levitate something you register and recognize. That is inactive. But it has not been activated. It is, you can almost feel it. It has potential energy. It's not a residue, it's potential.
It's dug in, but nothing's been filled, or it hasn't been sparked.
So we're standing on top of a powder keg.
Or a
I wonder-
plane.
What flips the switch?
Do I see any like blocked line between the first and second circles?
I will allow. You know what? I'm actually going to allow this to be a regular perception. And I will say, Morningstar, real quick, just to give you a description of what you see under there. You are able to slip down underneath this grid, and then another grid, and you slide into the foundations. And you see something that you weren't expecting. The foundations in this area are perfect. They're clean. It looks like a forest. And it's beautiful, honestly. There's flowers and trees that bend over, and just it looks like a heaven almost. And the only way you can describe what you see as you look here is almost behind glass is a young woman behind a glass coffin of sorts. You feel in your mind of like, hold on, I read this story. Did someone make Snow White down here? What is this from? Who made this?
Yeah. Morningstar is confused, but she does go closer to the girl in the coffin. And she's looking at the coffin itself. Is it attached to anything, or is it just this glass coffin holding her body?
In appearance, it appears like a heavy golden wood with this gentle, almost delicate appearing crystal glass top. Close up, you can see that the face, it's the girl. It's Katie. Although she is dressed in what can only be described as fairy-esque garments.
Yeah.
Like this big flowing dress, there's this almost vine and elegant butterfly motif all around her clothing. She looks angelic?
Does this look like No, I think Morningstar has sort of had a feeling since they got here that what the girl wants is to be released. Um, and perhaps the other spirits that are here want the same. So, what do I have to roll to help with this? Because, I think she'll try to like lift the top and see what happens when she does that, but then I don't know if there's anything more I need to that I should figure out first or what. But
I want you to roll perception for me,
okay.
and I'm really hoping this is a good roll.
It's a 4.
That's perfectly enough.
Yay.
You lean forward, going, "Oh, maybe I can try to lift this glass or crystal." And right as you're about to touch it, you see the reflection in it. And it chills you to the bone. There are what look to be maybe 10 or 12, maybe even more, figures behind you suddenly. And they are... You feel that chill on the back of your neck. These are not happy things. They are reaching forward. They've stopped. The minute you stopped, they stopped. But they're reaching forward, but they're not reaching the way you are. They're all pointed to you. But they've stopped. The minute I have that perception, you held, they stopped moving.
Okay. And they're behind me.
Yes,
You said.
they are behind you, and it's silent. Like you don't hear breathing, you don't hear anything. You just managed to catch that glimpse.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Okay.
I am going to slip back up to above ground.
Yeah.
Cloudy, you want to roll perception to try to see where everything's connected?
Yeah.
May I help? Because I am also very much trying to help.
You know what? Yeah, you roll it too. I'll slurp them together.
Yeah.
A 3 and a 3.
We're working together. We're walking the perimeter, talking shop.
Yeah.
We gotta find the line. There should be a blockage that keeps it from powering this other thing below it, and then I'll light that up, and maybe we'll be able to see beneath that. As of now, we're stuck at stage 2
And
with
also
something
just-
that'll try and blow us up if we do something ourselves. We gotta scratch something. If we can just find the, yes.
Yeah. There's the too cloudy. Mojave replies, just as long as breaking the mana barrier here to get to the next step and what sets it off. But to the ST, I would like to ask real quick. This spell is a mishmash made of different bits from different people. It is not something that Mojave can meaningfully make heads or tails of. But is there any resemblance at all to the construction of some of the abominations we've been seeing outside? The barrier that went over Vegas.
No.
Okay.
I'll tell you right now, there is... When those things specifically, though they themselves are abominations, the magic surrounding them is perfect.
Okay.
All flowing back to the same source.
Okay. Crossing that off.
I will give that working together, you both find it. You see there is a part where someone is missing. If you are to lay another body in one location, it is very clear that it would shift which position the circle's in. It would change its orientation in a way, and the way you'd look at the shape. And that is the only difference between the top circle and the bottom circle. And you can see the bodies, they're desiccated. But one has his arm out towards another, and another has pulled his legs over. It actually looks like you could lay another body and they would literally be in each other's arms. As everyone else is. Like, it looks like there should be a body here. Or they had prepared for another body here.
Hey Jay,
Yeah, what's up?
can we get another light somewhere? Just extra. Find any small little dank places someone might have run away to hide. To get away.
Like,
Start looking around to see if there's someone
Check
that hid
corners,
away
check
from the
under
circle.
things.
Mhm.
Can my troll like have some like pop up floodlights and like my eyes light up or something like that?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Mahavi's
like
just
looking around with
staring.
the floodlights, the troll
pers-
lights.
Roll perception, and since it hasn't been able to do anything, Anxiety, do you want to help him?
I can try.
We haven't gotten back any edge, right? Because we haven't.
No. Come on. I'm be plussing these together. Come on, you're working together. I believe in you.
Okay. In perception, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
Okay. Let me find it.
I'm gonna die.
Let me find it. Hold on. Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
No! You know I hate it!
Yeah. 5 because it caps at 5.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. You all look around. And over in a corner, laid out almost pristinely, is someone lying against a column. And the reason they were a little bit difficult to find was their body has been not only just desiccated, but covered in that soot. And they are against an iron girder that is also covered in it. But you're able to see where they shift out. And they are a very small body. They are not a child by any means, but very thin-framed. Even desiccated, you could tell this person was very thin, very small. And it kind of clues you in, like, it's either a child or it was a dwarf. You're kind of hoping it was a dwarf.
Yeah.
The fact that they were the one that ran away.
I will say one thing you notice about this individual. Not only are they laying against the wall, but they have their hands settled in their lap. And right next to them, you see what appears to be broken glass. Looking at the glass, it's brown, so it was clearly not... It was part of a bottle, maybe.
A liquor bottle or beer or
You'd say probably closer to a beer bottle, maybe, and the best way to put it is it looks kind of like there's parts of it that are in this person's leg. It kind of looks like it, for some reason, shattered itself. Like, it's not against the ground, it literally is center point shattered. Like, whatever was in it wanted out.
a specimen jar.
I will
Or
say, it is
something.
definitely a beer bottle.
Mason jar. Then why was... Who caught something in a fucking beer bottle?
Cut to the inside of Mojave's bag full of random bits and bobs of whatever the heck in random containers.
Mm-hmm. I actually... You know what? Mojave,
Hello.
you're up here. You're
I
paying
am.
attention. You were helping everybody. You recognize what this is.
I love that for me.
I'm fairly certain Mojave has had these at one point. It takes you a minute, but you look at it, look at what it did, look at the person, look back. Fire clicks in your brain. That is the remains of a Molotov cocktail.
That's what I thought!
That is a Molotov cocktail that was not thrown, and instead, for some reason, ignited while sitting, and then blew itself up from heat.
Yeah. Mojave does not shout to confirm his suspicions. That was the player having too much energy again. That
That was the
information
player
is delivered.
really enjoying arson.
Look, there's a reason I have an arson emote. I can't help it. But no, that information just Molotov, definitely.
There we go. We'll slip away real quick. Morningstar. These figures are
Yes.
behind you. The glass coffin is in front of you.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Good fucking question. When I turn and look over my shoulder, are they still there?
Yes. They are staring at you.
Hmm.
If you were to pull slightly away from the coffin, they would also pull away, but they are now standing and staring at you.
Mm-hmm.
They are not moving.
I'm gonna take my hand and I'm just gonna slowly put it up as if I'm gonna touch the glass.
All of them, hands up, begin to reach forward towards you like they're gonna grab you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
All of these figures, I will say right now,
Mm.
they look like shadows, like silhouettes with eyes that almost burn.
Hmm. She feels sad for them. I think she even says out loud, like, I think it's time. I think it's time for everybody to let go. To get out of here, don't you think? This is the time.
Alright. I'm pulling out the coin of fate. I need you to give me heads or tails.
Tails.
I feel like simultaneously, Mojave is also trying to talk to the ghosts. So like, this is the moment.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my knee.
Jace. Oh no.
Ouch.
Sorry, you
Mood?
guys.
We heard
Mood?
that. We heard that pain.
Mm-hmm.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay.
When the pain is so much, the ghost children's gotta go, are you okay? Alright, you are safe. Yeah. Okay, I will put that there are very clearly 15 figures in this area with you. When you state this, the figures look at each other very consciously. And then they look at you. And they just pause. And they just shake their head.
I see. That is too bad. Cool. I genuinely don't know the best way to deal with this specifically, but I have an idea.
Would you like some time to think about that idea?
Well, I guess this is one of those things where, like, I just need common sense from the DM. If I throw a resonance spike at them, will that buy me enough time to maybe pop open this top of this coffin?
And it'll probably give you enough time to try.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do.
All right.
I mean, Because other than the like wood of the coffin and like the glass top of it, there's no like gravestone or name or plaque or anything to let me know who this is, right? Like I just see that it's that girl Katie, right? Like I don't have any other clues. Yes.
You know what? Look, I'm sorry. I realized I did. You reminded me. I missed something in the description. There actually is a
Oh.
plaque on the side of this. It
Oh,
doesn't.
good.
It doesn't fully help entirely, but it does give a smaller clue. The on the side of the coffin there is writing on a plaque, and it says Titania.
Titania.
Yes. It says Titania. I have never been more hopeful that I was saying that fucking name correctly.
Who did 404 lose?
Ooh, in what moment? 404 has lost many people. That's
and
a
the
question.
genocide in Vegas, specifically
lot.
in Vegas, because she
a lot of
she
children.
a lot, of,
lot of
children.
people.
Is this her daughter? Is this because I asked because she won her reaction obviously to Mojave, but the way that she has spoken about that time and behaved like she lost someone very close to her, not just like a lot of her friends, like you know what I'm saying. And then just given the origin of 404 as far as like she knows how to speak Aslan Spanish and she was supposed to go there, but instead she's coming to Vegas. You know what I mean? So like
I'd
that's
say
instantly what her mind goes to.
There's a lot of lore behind 404.
Yeah. True.
I would say definitely like to give some common sense some from the DM when she referenced like saying like a lot of kids or a lot of people, she was clearly talking about a mass group, and though clearly she was devastated, I will say that the vibe was not a single person. It was how many people kind of died. And she felt guilty for a mass death. So I would say that you don't know if this person is directly related to 404. You have never heard 404 say the name Titania. I can give that, Morningstar is well read. Fairly. I think it's one of the few things that I'm very, very certain about Morningstar.
Yeah.
You do know, as someone in the chat actually realizes, Titania is the name of a Fae Queen.
I see.
And is the feminine counterpart to Oberon.
The Fae. No, Oberon. Oh, amazing. So good for me.
Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, this is
Wait,
okay.
what's her name? Buyet?
No, her name is Titania.
Oh, Titania.
it's-
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of the Summer Court.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. So good. Love this for me. Listen, Morningstar is well read. She understands this little tidbit here. I'm going to need your help, DM, as to what does
Yes.
she roll to aid her in this moment, because she really just wants to help so they can do the big help with the dome, you know? And she's like,
I am completely
She-
understanding.
yeah, Morningstar is like, I can do something very reckless or I could be smart about this. And me as the player need
Right.
just need the direction of which way do you want me to go here on this one.
Well, I can't give you a script. I can give you this.
No, just tell me what to roll and I'll figure the rest out.
Oh, hold on. I might have a weird roll for you.
I like weird.
Like a
Rolls a
weird,
lot.
weird roll.
I like weird rolls. Let roll.
All right. It's going to be a weird 2 rolls.
Okay.
The first roll is a memory roll.
Oh shit. Okay.
And this is basically to see if you can get the other roll.
Okay. Okay.
Because what we're basically
Memory.
going to do is retcon something.
Okay. 6.
Alright, that's enough. Now,
Mhm.
you may roll me local rumors.
Oh shit, bitch. Okay, here we go. Local rumors.
And we will count this as when you were doing research in Vegas.
It's only a
You-
2.
Ugh.
It's not enough. Unless someone wants to give me a reroll.
Unless someone wants to call for the reroll. Does anyone want to give a reroll to our beautiful snake?
Because, listen. It seems like it's probably just gonna stand. That's
I
okay.
think it's gonna stand.
I have a final edge, and I was trying to keep it for Dome. But this feels important, so I'm gonna use an edge to reroll.
Alright. You may
Here we
reroll.
go. Oh, let me make sure this little toggle is on. Okay. It's a 4. It's better.
That is better.
Give me a little something at least.
When doing your research on the city, your
Mhm.
memory leads you back to an article about, like, we're talking deep web shit. People who don't fully know what they're talking about. But there
Yeah.
was mention of 2 people,
Mhm.
and it was like call signs. It was like these famous hacker call signs. And they
Okay.
were Oberon and Titania. They were a pair. And they were considered, they could do fucking anything. That was but that was about, like, it was from 3 years ago, before the event. And then both of them seemed to stop or disappear. They stopped showing up. And that was before. It was before the end. Like, that was before the actual night of that event. They stopped showing up. And then the only other thing you get is basically possibly one of the most uncomfortable things to ever find: a fan thread about Titania.
Oh no. Okay.
And people who are a little parasocially obsessed, talking about a lot of things.
Gotcha.
And
I understand.
yeah, it is not a fun thing. There are people who are saying inappropriate things, and some people are on some kind of religious crazy person breakdown.
Oh shit. Okay. Okay.
And that is all you get. You don't know the name of these people. You just are like, hold on. In this city, that name holds a weight that's really fucking weird.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. God, I don't know how to approach this without freaking out. Without doing crazy shit. Okay, I'm going to So instead of resonance spike, what if I did a D-res? And essentially, like, did that towards them, who I am now viewing as probably people, the fanatics, as a way to fuck them up long enough to... Actually, no. What if I D-res her coffin? Because D-res is used to, like, essentially poke holes into firewalls, right? Like, it to sort of break it down. So, but what if I did that to her coffin rather than them?
You can definitely try that. That is
Okay.
very interesting.
Okay. Yeah, I think that she fully faces them, like her body's facing them, but her tail, almost like a whip, lashes out, and that's how she kind of releases the D-res towards the coffin itself.
Yep. I'll roll the D-res.
Let's make it just 5C. Whatever, we're doing it. Fuck it. Full send. That fate is crazy.
Ooh, roll that fade. Come on, I believe in it.
It's
Oh,
yeah, I'm fucked, but it's fine.
that is.
And it's not a crit glitch, but
It's not a crit
rough.
glitch, but that is 6 stun. No. Uh-oh, hold on. No, it's always stun because it's fade. I got worried because you're hot simmed, but it's fade. I do not think that behaves the same way as damage.
Okay.
Rodon, am I wrong?
$500.
I don't know if I wanna do
basically,
this.
They only rolled 4. It did not go higher than their resonance, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Then yeah. Then they're good.
Then they're fine. Yeah, that's right. If it goes over their resonance, then it's a problem.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, it's 6 stun damage, which is still a bitch.
It's fucked actually. Because I
As the team
anyway.
medic, I am stressed.
Yeah, no,
Oh
you guys
my
look over.
god!
Yeah, dude, it's bad, but it's fine. You guys look over and you see her
Little bit of
body.
drool.
You see her body start to react, like her body tenses and her fingers kind of like twitch and clench. I think you hear like almost like coughing, right? But she's not open mouth coughing. It's just like weird rattle sounds coming from her. Anyway, yeah.
Yo, Scales, are you being attacked?
I can't answer that.
You
I'm
cannot
fully
speak
in
down
the
and-
foundation.
Yeah, you can't speak down into the fountain, and you can sometimes, but it is very difficult to get down into the foundation if you're not a technomancer.
I don't think I could even hear you right now. I'm
I don't think
essentially
so
just
either.
like a
Okay,
empty vessel that you guys
All
are
right.
seeing. do weird
so the
shit.
D-res goes off.
Yeah.
The
'Cause I'm thinking maybe
grass.
she can get herself out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
The glass cracks,
hey,
and you hear this awful wailing noise. And I'm going to give this. You are down. You are underneath. You are in the foundation. You are aware that the foundation is a very different place than the Matrix. You cannot jack out of the foundation.
No.
If you were to try, the amount of damage would be psychotic. You know you are not stable. You can remain here and try to break it more, or you can get the fuck out of the foundation.
I'm gonna stay.
Oh my fucking god.
I'm gonna stay. If I'm allowed movement,
Yes.
I'm still not touching her, right? Like I'm still not touching this coffin. But I remain around it. Like I remain close by it, with my eyes on them as they're like wailing. So that you know my intention. My intention is to continuously sort of break it, at least enough for her to wake and get herself out, or until I fully fucking break it. But if you know what I mean, if what I have learned about her being this like very incredible hacker and like all this stuff, once she wakes, she should be able to get herself out, right? So that's my thoughts. Is I'm trying to sort of wake her up, basically.
Okay. I got some things I gotta write down. Because this is about to go very interestingly. We are going to have to. Everything down in there is going to be happening at high speed. So I need
Speed of thought.
everyone up top. You found the body. You figured out this Molotov cocktail next to the body. that was unthrown and blown up on its own.
Yeah,
What are you going to do?
I mentioned a minute ago that as Scales was doing that, this is the moment for reaching out and asking questions. Mojave is for the first time since we've been in here. He's seen the ghosts, but he hasn't acknowledged them. He hasn't wanted to acknowledge them, not really, because, once again, looking his victims directly in the face. But the one that seems not necessarily nearest physically, but nearest as in, like, most able to respond, I am just gonna go and approach and just...
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me what happens here?
Okay. I actually need a heads or tails. This is a coin of fate flip.
Okay. I'm feeling heads. What dost fate declare, OST?
Okay. So, you not reach out, but you speak to this being. The ghost turns to you. And you are suddenly very aware that every ghost in this room has turned to you.
Mm-hmm.
And they have moved. There are 4 ghosts that stand very close to around the body. There are all ones that surround you, including the one that you've spoken to. There are 5. And there is one last ghost who stands at the center of the circle. All of them are dark, silhouetted-like shapes with burning coals in their eyes. And it's like they are waiting for something.
Yeah, Mojave does not flinch, doesn't move. He is also waiting, but what he is waiting for is a response. And if they go aggro, I mean, walking into this building was a risk to begin with. There's a reason I left my hat outside. They have to look me in the face.
That's fair. They will begin to stare you down. But I will give Cloudy, you're the closest to the body on the ground, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You
Is about ready to start moving it to the circle, but assuming what's happening.
I would say that, for lack of repeating myself, if you are reaching towards the body, the 4 ghosts that appear around you are reaching towards you.
Gotcha.
They stop when you stop. So if you don't grab the body, they will halt their progress. And if you move away from the body, they will move away as well. They'll mirror you, basically.
Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbuster.
When you speak to me. Mojave says, still staring into these burning coals from one silhouetted face to the next.
There is this uncomfortable sound. And it is not from anywhere in particular. It is in everyone's ears that is in the physical world, which is basically everyone but Morningstar. And it is just this very guttural, "You will not take her."
What happened here?
We will defend.
Okay. Who are you?
The faithful.
gestures towards the bodies laid out on the ground. The question that is obviously,
I assume
I don't know,
is
my
the-
words weren't wordsing.
I assume the words would be, you did this?
Rather,
this you?
is this you? Yeah.
Is this you?
Yeah.
They continue to stare at you, and then obviously back to the guttural, just... We will defend.
What if we want to help?
Defend from what?
Or who?
Horizon.
Horizon.
You're defending Horizon?
Defending against Horizon.
Okay.
It was them what did it, remember?
Right.
That time is gone. There's a bigger threat right now than Horizon. City's going to pieces, Trying to defend her. Change your target.
There's like a real moment where it's a pause. And you actually see for a minute, like, some of the ghosts actually break their moment and look at each other. Which so far they have been behaving very, like, almost robotically. And they break, kind of look at each other. And
It's chaos in the streets, monsters of blood, astral matrix, all coming together in the worst way. Are you serious about defending?
roll con? Because that's kind of the only one we have. I guess negotiate would also work.
I mean, I will happily take con. I have to ask. Does first impressions apply?
No.
Okay. I didn't think it would, but I always have to ask.
Should I help? Do I
That's-
need to?
That's up to you if you want to help. I won't say anything until you decide if you want to help him or not.
Okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
it-
Just trying to convince these ghosts defending the ghost of the person I murdered in cold blood to switch to a different target. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong here.
This particular instance, he doesn't even need to be involved, but there is something worse out there that will cause a nuke to drop on our heads if we don't get this solved. There will be nothing here but glass. And yeah, no, like
It's so serious, yeah.
Souls, bodies, machines, all stitched together.
Do I add the con or the negotiation?
You can use either one. It's up to you if you want to use maybe a higher poll. If you have a higher
They
pool.
are the same pool.
I would say negotiation is more what this is.
Okay.
And I will allow that they both work off the same one.
Same dice.
You're doing pretty damn good. All right. The ghosts actually seem to continue to look at each other. But the main ghost that you're talking to, Mojave, though the others seem more unsure, he sort of remains in this attitude. And he just says, "We will remain." And you watch as the fire portion of the circle begins to glow. And we need to flip back to the Matrix real quick, because Morningstar.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to de-res again?
Yeah. Yes,
All right.
I am.
All right.
I'm gonna get knocked out, dude. It's like it's very bad, but
Oh, you're not just gonna get knocked out.
yeah. Hey. It is what it is.
All right. I can see your health, so please take one more stun, and then one physical as you
Okay.
overflow. You are knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
Okay, now we get the fun part.
Oh god.
The last thing you hear is more cracking from the glass. And then you feel your body. And then you feel it. You feel this body. Something's wrong. This isn't right. There is no limit. There is no barrier. There's nothing. You're here. You know something is wrong. You're not supposed to be here. There is a moment. A beat. And then something warm. There's someone standing behind you. You cannot turn around. You cannot move. And you cannot look. And a voice that is inaudible, but able to communicate ideas, asks you if you wish to be saved, or if you wish to join them.
Oh, God. She doesn't want to leave her friends behind, so she says that she wants to be saved.
You feel that affirmative. The garden that is around you has faded away. You are in darkness. Those that are above ground, in the meat space, you will watch as Morningstar's body, the scales flash, and then go dark. Their body falls over. And there is this tension in the air. And then all the ghosts in that room scream like they're afraid. The fire part of the circle goes down. The ghost facing Mojave retreats. Fear is all you hear. Every one of the ghosts gets as far away from this circle as possible. And at its center appears a figure. And it is the young woman. It is Katie. And in her arms, she is holding what appears to be a ghostly morning star.
Looking at this, Mojave's eyes are wide. His expression right now, is it terror? Is it rage? I am not sure. The jumble is too much to sift through, but one way or the other, he is looking at this ghost of the person he murdered, holding the ghost of his best friend, his sister, his family. This is fine. This is fine.
Katie doesn't move, or I guess in this context, Titania does not move for a moment. And then she walks. She walks towards Mojave and stops at the edge of the circle. She does not walk any farther, but she holds out her arms, and in her hands, Morningstar's form shifts down to what actually looks like a small black and teal snake. And she holds it out to you, Mojave.
I'm gonna take the snake.
You are now holding, for the second time in a very short period of time, Morningstar's spirit.
Yeah, his face is still stone. Ollie Falcone still written all over his features, but his touch could not be more gentle as he cradles this tiny precious thing, and delivers Morningstar back to her meat suit.
Hey DM, do I wake up?
Nope. You're still knocked the fuck out.
Amazing.
All you would have been dead.
We squish the snake back into her skin and real quick check that pulse.
Morningstar's pulse returns. Morningstar is unconscious and will remain so for a little bit. There will need to be effort to allow Morningstar to wake up. Gotta have a little bit of time. As Morningstar not only went into full overflow and started to take physical damage, but is also going to be suffering, though not as much damage as it could have been, from jacking out of the foundation, going up multiple layers of the Matrix. By the way, Morningstar, I would like you to take all but one of your physical boxes.
Tis done. I think the moment you place her back into her body, that's when you see the damage. That's when, like, bruising underneath her skin, like, things have burst under there, you know, like, blood, I think, escapes from various parts of her face. I think that, like, even when you go to check her pulse, it is there, but it is, like, weak and very faint. I think her breath sounds like a death rattle, and her scales remain very dark and dull. I think you probably see her veins too, like underneath her skin, which kind of look circuit board like. Yeah, she looks very nearly dead. And it's not good.
There's, checking her pulse, doing whatever we can at a moment's notice to just make sure she's stable until we get her to the real med kit in the van. And like once that's done, just leans in real close and whispers in the snake ear. You hang tight, Scales. We still got work to do. Sort of like a not even like a kiss on the forehead, but just presses his lips there for a moment, and then stands back up to confront if the ghost is still there.
The ghost is still there.
Yeah, he's gonna just stroll up to look her in the eye.
She looks at you. Her face is sort of almost impassible a little bit. Just there's not really any emotion on her face right now as she looks at you. She turns her head and looks towards Cloudy. Cloudy, your comm link begins to ring. and her mouth moves. The ghost's mouth moves, but the sound comes from the comlink.
All right.
They thought me holy. They thought wrong. They put me down there. That night they burned everything. Before the others could burn them. Do not consider them as victims. They are not ingredients. They're practitioners.
Six of one, half a dozen of the other. Moving forward, what do you want us to do?
Add you to the circle.
That's not me. But that
No?
is who would be added.
Okay.
I'm down
Alright.
there. I'm not dead.
Oh.
The freeze in place as he remembers brains splattered across a computer screen. Cold
Well.
metal in his hand, hot blood on the ground.
She does actually look at you, and she's mouthing the words. It's still coming through Cloudy's headset. But she looks at you.
I did die. But wires and circuits are a new body. There are many ways to be alive. I would like to leave.
Just tell me what to do.
Place the body. The new circle activates. You should heal her. She tried her best.
Trust me. I will.
Good.
And this one is finally more powerful. It is not in your ear, Cloudy. She looks at you, Mojave.
I forgive you. Even if the others don't. Please. You. I need you to let me out. I want to see my Oberon again.
Yeah, no hesitation, no more words. To say I'm sorry would be redundant. Actions speak louder than words. We are here. We are doing everything we can to make this happen. I can't make it right, but I can make it a little bit better.
She seems to waver for a moment. You watch as she actually seems to shift downward, like she's tired. She moves back to the center of the circle, and she kneels. She looks up at all of you.
Be careful. There are so many monsters.
And she disappears. And with that, that is where we're going to end for this evening. Thank you for playing, and thanks everyone for watching. Thank you for just being here. That was intense. Oh
Super
god.
intense.
Everything's
Knocked
going
out,
to
guys.
be fine.
Yeah, just knocked out. It's fine.
I'm just
All
knocked
right.
out. Just a little unconscious, that's all.
That was intense. All right, so let's see. I have all my beautiful players, and we're going to go in order of how many times they've almost died. Funnily enough, I think only 3 of you count for 1. Lies. 4 of you do. Alright, I'm gonna go with the closest to death. The person who was the closest to death is our beautiful Morningstar. Who are you and why do you exist?
Hi everyone. I'm not dead though, almost, but I'm not dead. I'm Dorisa Rave. You can find me all over the internet, doing stuff like this, doing TTRPG stuff. I'm Morningstar, obviously, on Table of Horrors. I am also a player and DM on Lanyap Gaming. You can go check out all of our stuff on YouTube. You will maybe see in the future some people that you know from here over there. So, keep an eye out for that. I also do spicy content if you're into that kind of thing. It's all in my links, so, check out what you want to check out. Yeah, that's it. That's me.
And then, for my notes and memory, Mojave. I remember that. Mojave was the next closest. Mojave, who are you and why do you exist?
When
Yeah, I
did
was
that
gonna-
happen?
I was gonna say it's very difficult just in general to say like where Mojave ranks on the who has been closest to death how many times because he has died.
I'm also
Or-
counting the specifically the amount of damage done when you got pierced to a car.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the reason. Cause like I have actually died, and that kind of isn't anyway.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Daybreakathon. I make very good decisions and characters who are completely okay inside. You can find me here where I do this when things happen, and I also sometimes do things elsewhere. Like I may or may not be popping in on Lanyap a little bit, and I also did the character art for the characters who have art. I do commissions if you'd ever like me to do some art for you as well. And on top of that, when I am not here or doing that, I am a fantasy author. I have written 2 different fantasy novels, Wardbreaker and Windswept, and both of them are available for sale if you would like to check them out. I worked very hard on them, and I would appreciate it very much. 3rd one is coming soon. I'm working on it. And then, aside from all that, if you are looking for me on a more casual day-to-day basis, you can find me over on Twitch, where I stream whatever I want, whenever I can. Lately, it has been a lot of The Sims, because I finally picked it up after not having played it ever before in my life. And I have been making all of my characters there, and it's been a very good time. Aside from that, my dog, as always, I don't know where he went just now, but he was here just a second ago to say hello.
Hi.
He decided he needed to go bark his reflection.
No, he's not yelling. He's quietly elsewhere today. It's just as strange as the fact that I'm actually articulate for the outro.
What's going on? All right, the next one. Yep, from notes. The next person closest was actually Jason.
Yeah, that's me. I am Noskavian. I play Jason on Table of Horrors on Mondays. I have friends who have written books, such as our very own Daybreakathon, who has written Wardbreaker and Windswept. Check them out on my link tree. I have a friend who goes by Solus and has written Obelisk the Long Dream. Check him out. And a friend who wrote Bloodlust of the Bloodletting series. Check them out. And in my link, I also have someone who does lo-fi beats. If you like listening to that while you do homework or something, Lo-Fi Hive Mind. Check them out.
Woo! And the next, because it was not in the real world and was technically a dream sequence, Cloudy, who are you and why do you exist?
Hello, everyone. My name is Lord Verdon, and I play Cloudburst here on Mondays. I may or may not be a part of another thing on this channel. I may or may not stress the not join the Lanyard Gaming thing. Hope y'all have fun. But I will also be joining in a couple other little friendos things elsewhere on the internet. If you know, you know. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But I also exist to usually be the solver of things. This time I just kind of sat there and kind of like at a circle for like an hour.
You are the
yes.
voice of reason and the only reason most of us are alive.
I also got exploded, or got very close to being exploded.
It happens.
Hey.
And last but never least, funnily enough, I realized the damage from that car crash, or the motorcycle crash, might have actually technically been more than some other people's, but Anxiety, who are you and why do you exist?
Hello. I'm Slip, of Clan Riz Farasu. Don't worry about what I do. Mind your own fucking business.
Acceptable.
We love you.
We love you dearly.
Thank you.
Alright, and finally, I have been your Cosmic GM, Sophonomicon, here on Table of Horrors. I am second in command. I do our Shadowrun 5e game here, obviously, Run the Flood. I have two other games that, though they are currently on hiatus, there are episodes of them up on the YouTube. They are Return to Silence and Blood Price. Return to Silence being Monster Hearts 2e, and Blood Price being Vampire the Masquerade, but a Sabbat game. Because the Sabbat are fun when you play them right. I have TTRPG Space also. You may see me over at our sister channel, Lanyap. I love them dearly. I have my own channel where I do artwork and video games. Finally, I can do artwork again. New computer. I make talk. The thing you see talking right now is me, and I made that. If you ever want a weird little cartoon dude, I can do that. Also, I make overlays. I've done every overlay and the bumpers that you have been watching so far. I hope if you'd like them, I can make that for you. Other than that, I have a Patreon where I am making a coloring book called The Periodic Table of Monsters. If you like science monsters and coloring books, $3, and you get every page, and new one comes out nearly every month. In fact, I think I'm about to actually drop the next one. I think we've actually gotten to Neon, which is always so fun. So I have dropped my links. I think I have everything. I have dropped our lovely Table of Horrors links. I am looking through various things. We're gonna go raiding on. Whoops, is this one? Oh, fuck yeah. We're gonna go raiding on some we've never raided before. Rolling Nomads. They're playing Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Yes.
So we're gonna go raiding on them. My brain is working. But let's see. We can't go.
May I have the line today?
We can't go until Mojave volunteers and says the line.
You know, we keep saying I ain't who I used to be, but some things haven't changed. When I catch up with breaking my people, breaking my city, there will be hell to pay.